Are you in the market for an apocalypse vehicle? Then come by the Dix Division Prepper Warehouse today. We have many treaded models to suit any terrain, but if you're planning on staying in town, we have that covered too. Great for the farm and the luxury garage. Dix Division Prepper Warehouse has exactly what you need. Open late Mondays and Thursdays on Comics Division's channel.
Richard! Oh, wow! Wow!
Talk to corporate, approve memos, lead a workshop, remember birthdays.
Special thanks to Release the McCracken for that video. That was awesome.
Hey, you know,
That was great.
I have that thing that rated R, like it says rated R, and has all that bullshit nobody ever reads next to it.
Nice.
It's green or red. I have that if you want me to do one for you guys. I did one for Streets Mods.
Yeah, sure.
Which you can find on my channel every Wednesday and Saturday at 3 p.m. Central.
Oh, hi, Matt. How are you doing today?
How's it going?
Well,
See how
welcome
smooth
back.
that was, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, thanks for having me back. It only it took someone else to bring me back.
Well, I have a producer now, so he handles all the bookings.
I have like 4. They don't do shit.
The only one that could do something for you, and I still don't have the power.
Everyone, all of the Mad Barber Boys, there's 6 of us, right? Everybody has complete control over StreamYards, over YouTube, except for Culture. He's just at everyone's mercy. It's perfect. I don't think I'd do it any other way. Anyway.
Yeah, that's how things kind of work sometimes. How you doing, Toxic Man Flu?
I'm doing pretty good. Easter's up this Sunday. I think it's going to be good. We're going to get family over, cook a turkey. I think it's going to be great. As Darth Scipio says in chat, I'm losing some of my toxicity. The closer we get to Easter, try and be nice. So there you go.
Yeah. There you go.
I didn't know turkey was an Easter bird.
It is.
Yeah, we're doing a brisket. Normally, we do something over at her aunt's place now that she moved here, and she's out of town, basically visiting one of her kids, and we're gonna smoke a brisket.
Yeah, that's why you brought the smoker out.
Yes, indeed.
I'd deep fry to the turkey if it was warm, but it's going to be like 46 degrees. So forget it.
Damn, dude, really? Wow.
Mhm.
It's gonna. I bet it's gonna be like in the 80s.
Yeah, you are a bit closer to the equator than I am.
Yeah, just a tad. Culture, how you doing?
Really well. I'm doing very well. My channel is under attack. So.
Oh, really? By YouTube or
YouTube? Yeah, YouTube. YouTube is seriously suppressing me right now. So, but otherwise, I'm great. I'm having a good time. I wish you were here.
You know, I ran into that too for a while. It's really kind of weird. YouTube, I feel like it kind of goes in
waves.
Yeah, I don't think they're like directly attacking your channel, but there's times where it's like, I don't know. It's like 2018 where I just none of my content was getting traction, and now it's doing a lot better. And obviously, the more subs you have, the more likely people are to watch a video, because not everybody watches your videos. I'd say like maybe 10% of your audience will watch.
Oh, so, I got 30% females watch them. I have no idea why. We've done everything we could to run them off.
Maybe they're attracted to your toxic masculinity.
I think that's what it is.
Maybe they're just guys who are identifying as female.
Yeah, there could be that too.
You hear I see some of them in the chat now. Sherry, what do you think about what Toxic has said about you?
Oh, Sherry watches you?
No, yeah.
Oh. She's just getting in her community service.
Yep. A lot of great things going on now that Toxic Man Flu has joined the team. We're gonna have a lot more guests on the shows coming up, and I'm gonna give it my all to get more content out. Yeah.
Have you thought about getting a subscription to Bespoke?
To what?
To Bespoke.
What's that?
Has it turned out great for me?
Oh, I know. I love it. I think that's the best material you do all the time.
Look, man, Bespoke, you pay like $45 and they send you a box, right? You can it's like a, they'll send whatever. Maybe it's camping stuff, cooking stuff, socks, pajama pants that look a little better than normal pajama pants, or
What's
a
this have
banner
to do
that
with
says
creating content?
Explore. Oh, because I open it on stream. I have no idea what they send me, and then I'm disappointed every freaking time. It's miserable.
Wow.
That's what I was saying. Like maybe you should get
that sounds great. No, what I'm trying to
subscription to
do
them.
is I'm trying to get more of the, like the little like 2-minute commentaries out a day. As close to what I can, but and then work on kind of like longer, videos, like
the 2-minute daily. It's a good concept.
Really, yeah, 2-minute daily. No, not like that. Not live streaming like Culture does. I'm just gonna find something I can commentate on, where I can just crack some jokes and be funny, and then work on kind of like I'm gonna say longer form content. But I have a video I'm working on. It was inspired by an article I read from Bounty into Comics about the death of action movies, and I don't want to spoil it because I want people to watch it. But I think action movies died a lot longer ago than what they're saying. It's probably died twice at this point, but
a longer ago time in a far galaxy place away.
Yeah, I know. Word salad, man. Word salad. Anyway, I think it died in 1993.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's a show to have. I don't have an argument there.
Now.
I don't want to spoil my argument, man. Because
Okay,
I want people, like I said, I want people to watch the video. But there are reasons behind that. It's pretty funny because I've anecdotally said something, and like I cover it in the video, and yeah. After and legit, when I start checking like the number of action movies that were produced in the U.S. and released in the U.S., they went down after 1993.
So this is specifically the U.S. because like
U.S. only, not like globally, because
because the Raid, like those guys, man, they're putting out some really great action movies. Like,
well, I mean, it's not like action movies have like really gone away, right? But you've definitely seen like an ebb and flow at the number of movies that were produced in the U.S. I mean, honestly, like now there's more action movies being produced now than ever before. But a lot of that's for streaming, and there's a lot more countries that are producing it as well. But I'm talking specifically within the U.S.
Yeah, I get that.
All right.
Yeah.
So the question to ask is, can you really film an action film in Canada?
No.
Because they're always apologizing, right? So I don't know if you can do that.
I mean, it would be really hard because like they would go crashing through somebody's fence. They'd have to stop, get out of their car, go apologize, get back in the car.
Rebuild the fence.
Sorry, I punched you in the face.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
Madness.
Now,
I'm trying to think of anything I've seen in Canada.
I saw Brahmabull in the chat. Is he joining tonight?
I don't think so. I think he said at work.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'll ask him.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. Because I wasn't sure who else was jumping on, and if I need to stall until we talk about Moon Knight.
Oh gosh. Do tell me what happened in the epic tale.
You didn't watch it?
Hell no.
No, he didn't watch it. Culture is
I don't know. He's being old.
I'm angry.
He's being crotchety and old, and I'll be honest with you, I was so disinterested in the last episode. I don't remember what happened. They went to Egypt. They went looking for a tomb, and I don't even know what it was they were looking for.
They're looking for the crocodile lady.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Tox told me like you have to watch Moon Knight to be on here. So I woke up and started watching it. Like the second episode was fine.
I paged you while you were asleep.
Yeah. The third one though, I'll be honest, I gave up halfway through.
See?
It was so boring.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was.
So even as Moon Knight,
interesting.
In episode 3, even as Moon Knight, the girl had to save him.
Really? That's surprising.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, well, okay.
She keeps telling him what to do too. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. What bothers me though is like we've seen all this before and we've seen it better. Like precogs. Like have they not seen Minority Report? And this is one example. There's other examples about this morality or like this philosophical like discussion about to stop crime before it happens or to stop evil before. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it can manifest. Like how many times have we done this? This is the best they could do. It's like James Gunn repeating his, one story that he has every movie.
So Southern Belle is asking, did Oscar Isaac look handsome? I mean, I guess it's Oscar Isaac.
He looks old, way too old for the
He
chick
does-
that he's supposed to be married to.
He does look a little odd at times, the way they have him, like, especially when he's playing Steven. But I don't know. Did that change?
Like I said, honestly, I wasn't paying 100% attention.
Okay.
I watched it
I
intently.
kept pausing it to do other things, and I was like,
I
have
meant to
they
go back and
have they got the
finish
MacGuffin yet? No, okay, they haven't. Hello,
No, they haven't.
Uh-oh.
yeah.
There's a key.
Honestly, the only reson why I'm sticking around is to see if they actually do a gender swap on Moon Knight. That's the only reason why I'm still watching.
Of course they are.
Yeah, I want to know if they're going to subvert expectations because they fucking telegraphed it in the second episode.
Yeah.
Hi, Tabitha.
I watched it to the end, and this is the first time I watched the ending credits.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And if they put
I
half
nearly
as much
stopped.
effort into the show as they did into the ending credits, it would be a much better program. The ending credits, I enjoyed this. All right, this is all you need to know about the third episode. I enjoyed the ending credits 10 times more than I enjoyed the rest of it.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
I as soon as it's over with, I don't even watch the fucking credits. I'm gonna dump the cat out.
They're really good.
Is
it-
it
it's
directed
good.
by the same person? Like unlike other series, they'll
Yeah,
switch
because
out the
apparently he's
director
like
here
the
and there.
only Egyptian director that they could find.
Right.
So
and
he
so
has to
they're kinda
direct
sticking
all
to
of them.
Yeah.
Man, so what happened between 2 and 3? It's just like the pacing, like the overall like feel to it just dropped.
There was
Was
a
it just
huge
because,
drop
like, they
between
had to
1
be-
and 2, and there was a
Yeah.
big drop between 2 and 3.
Is it
It's
just
like
'cause,
they're
they had
taking
to-
a 90-minute movie script
right.
and spreading it out into 6 shows.
But I have good news for all of you. There's only 3 episodes left.
By the way, I had to stop watching a good show. I'm at the penultimate episode of Severance, and that show is awesome. Love it.
What
I know.
Can't
service
wait
is
to
that on?
finish it. Apple.
Apple. So Pirate Bay. Okay, got it.
Yeah. I guess. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Adam Scott it's directed by Ben Stiller too, so it has like that
Really?
black comedy, like almost
I like
Cable
Ben
Guy
Stiller
kind of
stuff. Yeah.
humor in it. Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, Adam Scott, not Travis Scott. Okay.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Oh boy, does he look old, man? Underneath those office lights or whatever.
Who does?
Adam Scott.
Really?
Yeah, he has a tiny mouth too. Yeah, I don't know if you ever noticed how small his mouth is, but it's like it's small.
Not something I look at on guys, but okay.
Oh yeah.
The chat thinks there's a height issue problem with my background because comics is too tall. So I'm just gonna.
He's standing up on something.
Yeah, an apple.
He wears platform shoes.
My God. Yeah, I wonder whose account that belongs to.
I don't know. I think I'm going to retire Gary's broadcast monitor, though. He seems to be a little embarrassed by it now.
I think it's funny, man. You should keep
I'll
doing
do it again. The one
I mean,
where
if you're gonna do Comics Vision platform shoes, you might as well do Gary's broadcast monitor.
yeah,
Yeah.
the one where I told him I'd gotten a job. The monitor had gotten a job working for Quarter Black Shemale. I thought
Oh
that was
my
good.
goodness.
So Manowar wants to know: is it Purdy too?
What? No, I guess described it as being tiny and small and
Is it a
weird
purdy
looking.
mouth? Is it a purdy mouth?
Did it squeal like a pig? Hey, Comics Chat is in the chat.
But anyway,
Hey,
yeah,
Danny, how's it
really
going,
enjoying
man?
Danny, how you
What's up,
doing?
Danny?
I haven't seen you guys in a while.
In
I was like,
front,
guys,
by the
I haven't
way,
seen
as well.
you in a while. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's pretty funny. It's like I don't think we have a lot to talk about with Moon Knight.
No, I mean, how they're just doing old, stories or like.
There's Tom. What's up, Tom?
Shh, Tom's here. Tom's
What's up,
here.
bitches?
Did you watch Moon Knight, Tom?
Fuck no.
Again,
Like he said that in the Chicago Bears fan accent like he's.
Oh yeah,
acting
my
there.
Wisconsin accent came out a little
Yeah,
bit there.
fuck
Fuck
that.
no.
Man, Tox.
I got better shit to do than that. Fuck that.
All that editing.
All that
I
cheese
stopped
to
after
eat.
1. And then Tox is like, "Oh, you got to watch it to be on tonight." I'm like,
Yeah, I did.
Well,
I
you
said
didn't watch it. Give us
Well, I
your
watched
opinion,
the first
man.
2 episodes, and I
I bet-
actually thought the second one was better and worse than the first episode at the same time.
"Okay."
Then I saw on Twitter Az was watching and tweeting out while he was watching the third one, and I'm like, Christ, if Az liked the first episode and he's not liking the third one, then the chances are slim for me to
Yeah.
like it. What were you saying, Matt? Sorry.
Oh, I know. I stopped watching halfway through the third. I'm like, I'll get back to this eventually.
I look
I'm
and
trying to find Danny's comment in StreamYard's like a highlight. I think Danny's liking it. I mean, in the first episode
yes, Danny.
it wasn't terrible.
but Tina,
Here we go. So he says we like Moon Knight on there. Sorry.
no, it's fine, man. I
That's
mean,
cool, dude.
Tina loves it. Tina Bojan loves it, and I'm like going,
Never apologize for liking something.
no,
Yeah, man.
you don't
No.
have-
You don't have to apologize.
no, like you
I'm
know,
not gonna apologize for hating something.
Yeah.
no, it's terrible though
Yeah.
because I mean it destroys the original characters. So
Well, I never read Moon Knight, so I don't
I
have
didn't
like
either.
that kind of like attachment or look at it. I just see this,
It's
you know,
not
it's like
mental illness. That's the thing. It's freaking.
well, I know, but they retcon that shit, right? But now for me, just it was like the last episode is like I was just totally disinterested in it.
See, I didn't know that they had confirmed that he was suffering from mental illness. Because,
Oh yeah,
like,
they did that a while back, and then
Did
they
they?
got fucking what's his name, that psycho to write the book. I mean, the guy was like, he's like legit crazy. He has mental illness, and so Marvel hired him to write Moon Knight, and it was freaking terrible. Actually, it wasn't that terrible, but I mean, the dude's fucking crazy.
because the only thing that stood out to me was the question, like, you know, were you chosen because you were broke, or are you broken because you were chosen?
Oh, you're talking about Bendis.
No, not Bendis.
Who I don't know who that is. I'm talking about Oscar Isaac and Moon.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm trying to think of who he's talking about.
Max Bemis. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He wrote it for a bit and was just like, I mean, the dude is like, you should have seen his shit on Twitter. He wrote was it I think it's called Borderlands or something like that, or
The video game?
no, not the video game. It's something else. Let me Google Max Bemis real quick. I mean, it's like this fucking ultra violent, crazy ass comic book, and it is like super fucking violent.
Well, the original run of Moon Knight, which again, I'm old, so that's what I started with, was mentioned Perlin. And they were great. And Spectre was awesome. And, you know, they were personas. They were crafted personas.
Yeah.
And it just bothers me. I mean, you know, and I tried to get into books after that. I mean, the original comics, you know, what RMB did with them was he combined all the books together in his own like omnibus and had it bound. So he took like all the comics and had them bound together.
Badlands. That was what Crossed Badlands. That's it.
I never watched
Crossed.
Badlands.
Oh my God. Crossed is fucking crazy, dude.
Wow.
I mean, I mean,
Is it good?
no,
Oh,
it
okay.
was psycho, dude.
Okay. Well, but all right.
I mean, it is like legit looking inside the head of somebody who is not well.
Oh, like
Okay.
Identity? It's a old movie where like the whole thing takes place in this dude's head. Kind of like what
Yeah,
they
it
did
sucked.
with Yeah, it did suck.
Oh, you mean
John
like you mean
Cusack
like-
was in it.
Yeah, the
You mean-
stupidity of it is they all had the same birthday, and then they're like, "Oh, we're the same person." Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like Fight Club?
No.
Shh.
Yes, like Fight Club.
Nah,
Anybody
this
else
is
hear me
different.
say it?
By the way,
Yeah.
I would
Well,
love for a show to end with, like with a snow globe again. That's such a boss way of ending your series.
Or a man dying thinking of a sled. That's awesome.
Rosebud.
I always liked Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge. That was very much kind of like Jacob's Ladder.
Hey,
Yeah.
no one fucked up a room like Citizen Kane did.
That's right. In comics, when Culture dies and he's on his bed.
Toxic
That's
Man
bad.
was actually alive for the premiere of Citizen Kane.
I was.
Yeah.
It was showing at the porn theater.
It
I'm
was.
I went to in Detroit.
All those
yeah.
great bits of trivia.
I've got it all.
Fun facts and all that stuff. It was good stuff, man.
I'm probably gonna say on my deathbed, Kurt Russell.
You're gonna say Kurt Russell?
It's not a.
Just because or what? Because
Yeah, like is it a thing that you have about Kurt Russell? Like I get
No.
it.
It's the Disney quote when Walt Disney died.
He said Kurt Russell?
that's been convoluted.
Actually,
There's a
he
note on
wrote
his
it.
desk,
Yeah, he actually wrote it,
but then it got so spun out that was like his last words or whatever.
which is not true.
You're gonna outdo him.
All right, I want to get some super chats real quick. The Common Nerd for $1.99. All Dick's Division.
Yeah.
I
We're
guess
here.
this was
On this day in Dixtery.
on
right.
this day in Dixtery. Bobo Yogi for $2. Can't wait for the hot tub stream with CC.
Sounds good. I'm
I'm all down for that.
my channel is under attack. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
full
You
hammer.
know, if I owned my house, I'd put a hot tub in and do hot tub streams.
Dan
yeah.
Haas for $5. What's worse, Rise of Palpatine or Moon Knight? Honestly, I would say Rise of Palpatine. Moon Knight for me is just boring, and that's it.
I would
Rise
say
of
Palpatine.
Palpatine
myself.
is so fucking funny
Yeah.
to me because of how they tried so hard to undo Ryan Johnson's bullshit,
and it didn't work.
It didn't work, and it pissed everybody off.
There was look. All you have to do is have Luke wake up and say, "Oh my God, what a terrible dream I had," and then
Or like
start a
have-
new movie.
Have him come out the shower and be like, "Boy, I had to."
Yeah, Danny.
That was a
For
weird
$2,
dream.
it's better than watching a Dallas game. I don't
no.
watch Dallas, but yeah, you're right.
No,
They
that's-
suck, dude.
No, that's specifically for me.
Oh, do you have that? Do you have that clip? Do you have
By the
that
way,
clip?
real quick, Danny, I retract that bet that I made about Dak Prescott versus Tom Brady. He unretired, so therefore it null and voids the previous one. So now we don't have anything. So there we go.
You don't have the glory hole clip that Mad loves?
Oh no!
It's disrespectful. All that man's trying to
He's
do is do
glory
the best
hole.
We
he can.
don't, but we have this.
Oh my God, the cock!
Ah!
What the fuck was that?
Warn me before you do that shit.
That's
I'd
new.
like to get an erection again.
Show it again.
Fucking much. Of
Well,
course,
maybe-
you
asked me
want
to
it
help.
again, man. I recognize
Blue-eyed
that.
Roof Korean the Base for $5. You creators save me money on bad Hollywood media. I'm getting into Attack on Titan, which is actually good, very good.
Yep.
I need to finish reading the manga. What a hidden gem this series seems to be. Very topical today.
And
It's fucking great. I haven't watched all the anime, and I'm probably like one last volume away from finishing Attack on Titan, but it's great. I really like it. Speaking of things I really like, I just got done reading Broken Angels, and I've now moved on to Awoken Furies, which is the final Takashi Kovacs book.
oh,
Yeah.
really?
Great series. I like it. Like it a lot. It's a shame. It's a shame they fucked up the series on Netflix.
God dang it, Kovacs! I love that character. I really did. Everything. The Kinnaman nailed it. And then
Yeah, he was great. Dude, I'm irritated because even with season 1, which I really did enjoy, they fucked up a lot of shit.
they did, but
Yeah.
it was still like so enjoyable because it introduced everybody to this world, people who hadn't been exposed to it before, and it did it good. They did a pretty good job. They just they needed to. It wasn't even what's his name's fault that this because he did what he was given, and that's the problem I think we're running into now is we have to recognize that these actors are being given this writing and this direction and all the bullshit, and it's unless they're actually involved in the creative process, they have nothing to do with that. They just have to do the best performance they can. And, you know, Mackie is a better actor than he was given a script to act.
Yeah. And even in book 2, like I said, he's an Afro-Cuban sleeve, and it totally makes sense to cast him as Kovac.
Yeah.
But if they actually stuck to the book series, it would have been a lot more interesting. Instead, they went and fucked everything up.
Yeah.
I've always said that.
Yeah. And books are, I mean, they're great for adapting for a series. I mean, because you actually are able to go and, for the most part, get everything that is touched on.
And I
maybe not to the degree that the book does, but for the most part, you're able to do that pretty well in the series, I think.
Yeah, but I just realized we didn't mention what the show was, Altered Carbon.
No, sorry. Yeah, we're talking about Altered Carbon. My bad.
Nobody's like gathering the references.
Yeah, my bad. I've only been talking about every stream, so.
Yeah. Mackie, Mackie was just, he just, it sucks. Cause again, I mean, that could have been good. Just like Falcon Cap could have been good, but whatever.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So I keep going back to Moon Knight, but there's nothing really to talk about. So,
well, you can talk about that. There are multiple articles now calling out the CGI as complete garbage.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Even Screen Rant went dipping into that cereal bowl.
So I do want to point out about the CGI. This is the third episode that I've watched. This is the first one where I watched the closing credits. And they blew the entire CGI budget on the closing credits. Huh. They are really good.
You know, that's one thing I have to give them credit for. Their fucking credits are actually really good.
Mm-hmm. The opening credit was good.
Like even the ones for Loki, which is a series I completely hated. I actually really enjoyed the closing credits.
I thought the opening credits for WandaVision were incredible. And when that thing, when it got to the fourth episode and started to go completely off the rails, I'm like, F y'all, I'm done. And that's the problem now, is that I'm not even giving them one episode. If the first episode of Moon Knight sucked, done. And it doesn't matter anyway, because...
So you are giving them one episode?
No, I'm not. And now I am not. I am officially done. Anything Disney at the moment, for many reasons, is I'm done.
Well, it's been a trend that the CGI and everything that the Disney MCU has been doing has been less than, like the quality has dipped so much since Endgame. I mean, almost across the board, it's been lacking. Am I alone on that? Especially on their,
I can't argue
Disney
with you.
Plus.
Can't argue with you.
I mean, that Black Widow movie. Oh my God, that and the one I'm not the Chung-Chi.
Oh yeah,
I didn't bother seeing it. I haven't seen Black Widow either. J.A.F.O says I would love a video. I think I'll probably do just one video on Moon Knight, and I'll just sum up my thoughts on the season.
It'll just be 6 minutes of you snoring. So
So
Mrs. Flu yells from the other side. She goes, "Too loud." I'm like, what? So I turn my mic down, and she comes in and says, No, the credits, they were too loud. They woke her up. But she had fallen asleep during the show.
I mean, there's other good series out there that are coming out right now. Like I said, Severance, really enjoying that one.
And Reacher, right?
Okay, yeah. From just finished up as well on Epics, which I really enjoyed that. So, I mean, that's just two right there. Like, really enjoyed both of them. And they're different. You know what I mean? Oh, and, oh man, I'm going to say it wrong. Pittickwick with Adrian Brody. Chadwick? Nope. Chapelwick. I think I got it that time. Just like that. Chapelwick. Yes, another Epics. Epics, yeah. They have a couple of good series over there, dude. I've actually been pretty surprised.
So Annie says the best thing about Moon Knight is the hot toys. And well, Andy knows his toys, man. So
Assassin brings up 1883. Wife's really been into that with a lot of people.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard it drops off pretty quick once the tornado comes and like it all becomes I love the insurance between.
Wait,
I say every
Tom. What have you been up to?
I'm editing, going to appointments, doctors poking and prodding me, dentist, all that stuff.
Trying not to die.
Trying not to die.
Try not to die.
I have the special edition 70th anniversary of The Wizard of Oz in the giant tin box with all the stuff in it. Yeah, because he was doing the Wicked
I'll
Witch.
get you, my pretty, and your little dog too.
My wife's aunt really likes The Wizard of Oz.
It's such a great film. Classic.
Yeah.
Is her name Dorothy?
No,
Dorothy.
it is not Dorothy.
Why did you say that name?
I don't know. Because somebody asked me.
Dorothy was my grandmother's name.
Of course it was. All right, the Seaman for $5. Elon Musk is creating better entertainment than Hollywood by trolling Twitter corporate.
I called that shit. Well, to be fair, most
Oh
of
my
us did.
God,
But
yes,
still,
he is.
like, I'm like, he's gonna buy it. He's gonna fucking buy it. You watch.
Yep.
I think we all kind of called that one, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. Hang on. Dak in Black. I see what you did there.
That's awesome.
Thor: Love and Thunder is 3 months away, and we still have not seen anything. Yeah, good point, man.
Mhm.
Well, we're getting
Are we
bits and
thinking
pieces.
that it is because it's a bad like the Eternals?
Not necessarily.
I know that
No.
we're seeing the toys come out, which is a pretty
Yeah.
good indicator of who Natalie Portman's character is, which
Boy,
is
she
we all know
looks
it's
bigger
Thor.
than Thor.
I got to remind people how the whole people keep asking, where's this trailer? Where's that trailer? Things have changed, first of all, because of the pandemic. They're not going to put out any trailers until they know for a fact that
People
fucking
go and
movie is
see
going to
it.
hit that guy. No, just that movie's going to hit that date.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the marketing is so expensive now.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, think about it. They marketed the James Bond film 3 times.
Exactly.
They fucking did.
And they spent ungodly amounts of money, and these marketing budgets in some cases can dwarf the price of the film itself.
Yeah.
So they take that very seriously. Not only that, the theaters and the studios agreed to the original plan when it came to advertising for film that was put in place, and they were actually going to enact it within those next couple of years, which just happened to fall into the same domain as the pandemic. And what I mean was studios were going to stop releasing trailers and advertisement shit so early on in the process because it was confusing theater goers.
Mhm.
They would see a trailer for something and then they would like, well, did that movie come out or did it not come out? Because they would drop trailers a year, 6 months beforehand. So they have this deal. It's kind of written in there, like just kind of like agreement or whatever, that most movies now you'll be lucky to see a trailer 4 months before release. And they get to choose 2 big releases a year to do a little bit longer campaign on. But they all kind of agreed to that. That was before the pandemic. And then the pandemic made that even different. Like, which Culture was saying is they spent upwards of $30-40 million already on advertising Bond before they pulled it and moved it a couple times. So like
Black
it was
Widow
a lot
as
of
well.
money. Yeah.
Black Widow, right? They
Yeah.
advertised the hell out of that too.
Yeah,
Didn't have
there
to
was-
backtrack.
The co-marketing budget on Bond changed twice also because they had 2 different co-marketing campaigns. It was insane. I don't think I've ever seen anything
I'm
like that.
actually surprised that movie did as well as it did overseas.
Me too. Well, I'm just surprised it made its money back, basically.
Yeah,
haven't seen it.
that's the thing I'm actually surprised about is that it made its money back. So hang on, Culture, real quick.
Oh,
So
yeah,
Nikki D says, for $5, if you were granted one wish to save a one ruined film or TV franchise, which would it be and why? Anybody?
I know that one,
Uh,
at least for me.
off the top
Yeah,
of my
but-
head, I would say I would say Willow. Seeing what they're doing to it already, without even having watched an episode, but like just everything I'm hearing about what they're planning to do to Willow is really upsetting. I don't care for any of it.
I can see that.
How about you? Ground control to Major Tom. He's probably taking a
One.
shit.
Anyway.
Culture, go.
For me, it's Star Wars. Talking about Star Wars because again, I was a kid when the film came out. It's the most. It was the biggest cinematic moment in my life. It was the cinematic moment in my life. Was the first film. Seeing Star Wars in the theater. That was
Okay.
it.
Fair
and, and for Darth Scipio, this is a Scott Kelly Pinot Noir, and I might open it just for you. Yeah.
I
Noir.
would get my hands on the fucking Ninja Turtles. Fix them bitches.
What?
But how broken are they?
Oh, they're broke as fuck, dude.
All right.
Because of Michael Bay?
Dude, okay, go out and try and go get
Wow.
me the brand new Ninja Turtle shows figures right now, Culture.
No.
You
They're
can't.
No,
Are they
they
all
had a
trash,
show.
man?
You can't find it. They don't have any
Mhm.
anymore because they can't sell them. Nobody, they've destroyed the franchise. The only thing anybody wants anymore is classic shit.
Yeah,
So
go
let me.
figure.
So
Well,
Tom-
hang on. Talk to me. What's your
sure. Oh,
answer?
that's right.
We actually share an answer.
Oh, you're right.
So for me, it's Star Trek. And the reason is Star Trek was the one thing that gave hope for a future where mankind had fixed all the problems, which we know is impossible, but you've got to have that kind of hope, I think, in your life. So I would fix that. And if we could find some way to make J.J. Abrams not happen, I think that would be even better.
For me, like I said, I agree. It's Star Trek. Why? Which is funny because you think it would be. I would pick Star Wars. Star Wars for me was already dead. It died with the prequels, and Disney just abused the corpse, in my opinion. I've said this multiple times that when Disney bought it, I was actually hopeful that they would do something good with it, and I was completely wrong. So it's like they already ruined something that was, in my opinion, was already ruined. So so Star Trek for me, going back to what you said about hope, I feel that's important. And I really do. I love Next Gen. I love it a lot. And it's just a damn shame that this wonderful, hopeful future has just been fucking erased. Because we can't be optimistic anymore. Everything has to be fucking dour and sad and depressing, and we don't have anything to strive for good anymore. Which
And they even destroyed all that stuff by taking Discovery and going back.
Yep.
So I do have something if we have 22 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
You want it? Okay. So Release the McCracken
Ooh.
has decided to grace us. Oh, I need to share freaking audio. Sorry. I suck. I'll come back later.
It was a good setup. It was a good start, though. You started strong.
It was. So Latinos Land says comics. She's Mighty Thor. Do better. No, she's Jane Foster Thor.
Her action figure is bigger than
It's jacked.
Thor's.
Yeah,
Like,
they
it's
took his
crazy.
body, put her dinky little head on it. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so we're gonna have Lilliputian Thor.
Well, the thing that sucks about it is they're adapting Jason Aaron's run of
So they
Gore the
made
God
Thor
Butcher.
looks like Comics Division.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
But they're doing Gore the God Butcher, which was actually a really good run by Jason Aaron. I know that Jason Aaron gets a lot of shit, which he does certainly deserve. But the Gore the God Butcher stuff was good. I really liked it.
And look, if they stick with that comic, she's toast. Which touchdown.
Yeah, fucking criticize Lecrae's, man. You fucking nailed it. You mean Cancer Thor? Yeah.
I have a bad theory on what's going to happen.
Don't do it, Tom.
I want to hear it.
Okay.
Go for it, Tom. Tell us.
Okay, well,
Black
we know in the
Pillows,
comic how
Tom.
the whole thing is like she uses the power of Thor, but that makes the cancer worse, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, that's going to happen. But what they're going to find out is she can have the cancer cured, but she actually has to have and own and become Thor.
Oh.
Yeah.
So to save her, Thor is going to transfer all his power over to her, and he will become mortal, or sacrifice himself.
And so to destroy the franchise and lose any female audience that appreciates that for the female gaze factor.
That's why I don't think they'll necessarily
killing
kill him, but they will make him human.
And then there's no more reason to watch.
So wait, after he loses his power,
But he'll be her sidekick, Culture.
Nope.
You don't think he would move back in with Daryl?
I hope that happens.
Yeah, I'd rather him hang out with the Rock guy.
I love the Daryl stuff. That's just
It's so great, right?
Yeah, that shit was actually kind of funny. I didn't care for the whole Fat Thor thing though.
No. It was funny. Like for like, you know what I mean, for that first beat. But after that, you're like, let's.
Well, it's like the thing I hated about Thor 3, or excuse me, Thor Ragnarok, is the fact that, you know, they turned Hulk into a baby. And it was, I mean, if you actually read like World War Hulk or Planet Hulk, that's what it's based on. Planet Hulk. He's fucking.
They combined.
He's fucking badass as shit, and they fucked it up.
They combined two stories. They, instead of giving us Planet Hulk, which would have been fucking awesome, you know, we got Ragnarok and shit. That was the shitty part. The most of that movie was great. The shitty part was that element. Yeah. No, I like that world. Let's just put it that way. I liked that world. Right.
Let's let me go find the toys real quick.
And I think Jeff Goldblum was really funny in that, because he was just Jeff Goldblum.
I hated his character
because I actually liked Thor Ragnarok, even though I know the other stories, but
I'm a big Taika Waititi fan. Like I love almost all of his stuff.
You're a big Bukaki fan? What was that?
Taika Waititi?
Yeah.
He's a New Zealand director and writer. He did. Like,
I thought his name was Takai Bukaki.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. So here are the toys.
Mighty Thor.
And
I fucking hate this so much.
Let's see here.
You got Ravager Thor and stuff.
Yeah, you got Ravager Thor.
Why
have Thor.
Why does it look
Star-Lord.
like this is a guy that stole stuff from the back of a freaking boxcar train on its way to the toy store?
The thing that I am disappointed is Gore looks terrible.
Oh, it's awful. Yeah,
Gore did not look like that in the comics. He was a lot darker gray.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if he actually wore a robe like that or not. But adolescent Groot.
To be fair,
of course
toys are not always the best representation, but still.
No, you're kind of right, but I think you have a pretty decent idea.
You're not wrong there. I mean, he looks a little darker-ish, but like, no, I get what you're saying. No, and I have a feeling that this is going to lead off to Taika taking over for the Guardians of the Galaxy as well, because James Gunn is supposed to be stopping those after part 3, but you know Disney's not going to let those lie because they make buco bucks.
They actually have that actually I think does look like Gore.
It's ish, but it also looks like
no. This is a
I might have a bit better quality image of that.
I think you do.
This is actually I want to say a still from the movie.
So if you got a still from
that actually looks like Gore though.
Yeah, that looks like that either looks like a still from the movie or a sideshow statue.
Yeah, I wonder if that is a sideshow statue.
Dude, if that's a sideshow statue, it fucking rocks. Is that really?
It doesn't quite look like CGI. That actually looks like
real.
It looks like a statue.
We finally see and have an idea of how Christian Bale's Gore would look in the upcoming.
If that's it, I'm buying that. I'm going to where am I headed? I'm headed to that sideshow.
By the way, it says would look.
It doesn't say.
I think that is a statue.
It's got to be a statue. It's
because that's basically what Gore looked like. Yeah.
Like, it's important though. It says would look, not that it will look. I think there's a big, like, that's important to point out.
That's true. Stop bringing me down, dude.
Stop bringing
Don't bring me down. No.
That's ELO.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Look, I told you before we get on the floor.
Don't bring me down.
Down.
Don't bring me down.
Bruce?
Yeah. I have to agree with you. John, I think that is a statue. But if they actually make him look like that, that'll be good. We'll see.
Thank you.
I want to say that Trent did say bundling into phallus on his stream last night. He even said, I am not afraid to say this word. You could see him shaking.
After we teased him so hard about it.
Well, what is better, if the phallus is bounding into you or you are bounding into the phallus?
Who knows?
I can switch. Doesn't matter. What?
We knew you were a switch.
Confessional after that.
That was such a great black pill last night. This is so good.
What is going on behind you?
I'm clipping that too.
Huh?
Is that John Voight? What is going on behind you?
Oh no, this is Tashi Station.
Are you picking up power converters?
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah.
Well, okay then.
With your friends?
Yeah, and I ran into these biker guys. It was bad.
Oh,
Did you take
yeah.
the Galactic Star Cruiser?
The Sand of Anarchy? Yeah.
Sand
Sand Crow? Yeah.
Sand
So
Crow.
they moved me with my uncle and my auntie out to Tatooine.
All right, let's talk about
guys are on fire.
Twitter and Elon Musk and the fact that he. I don't know. Do you guys think he made an offer that they can't refuse, or do you
No.
think that?
Clearly
Well,
made the
they're gonna-
offer.
Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
It's going to be a matter of whether or not, because he has to buy up a certain amount of stocks. Am I wrong, Culture? Culture is actually the one that.
Yeah, no. He basically said he was offering up like was it $50.40?
No, it's 54.20. It's a
$54.20.
420 joke.
Yeah.
Oh, 54.20. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. Dude is a living meme. I swear to God.
Dude, he's fucking playing billionaire games. But yeah, that he offered up 420, which yes, equated to $43 billion.
$43 billion.
I fully expect he did that knowing that they'll say no.
Well, here's the thing. They went after him because he didn't want to join the board because he would have fiduciary duties. So what does he turn around and do to them? Wow, you guys aren't honoring your fiduciary duties to take the best offer for the company and realize the value of the company for the shareholders.
I heard there's two things that happen essentially. Is that he apparently they have to do like a background check on you or something, or dig into your finances or whatnot.
He has a military background, military grade background.
And he basically said no to that, and which I don't think that's the reason. I think the actual reason is the fact that they would have capped him at 14.9%.
15%. Yeah.
And he wouldn't have the influence that he wanted to do anything.
Yeah.
By the way, I believe it was
Go
Golden Sachs that came out and said that that value was too low, and I think they're trying to use that as an excuse to refuse the offer, but yet
actually
try to spin it.
Well, wait, I don't mean to correct you, but I'm just going to say a year ago, Goldman Sachs valued Twitter at $30 billion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Yes. Yeah. But now they're coming out now and they're saying that it was, it may not be Goldman Sachs specifically, but because I think I may have, but yeah, like somebody came out today saying that it was too low for the value of Twitter.
No, that was the Prince Ali Wonderful Alibaba.
Okay, yeah, I can see how I got those two mixed up.
The Saudi dude,
so
Prince Saudi dude. I freaking don't know his name.
He basically said that was too low.
Yeah, he was the one that objected to it because he said it was too low.
How?
I'm going. You realize?
Have you seen the fucking stock tank? I mean,
yeah, and this is the weird thing. So right now, right?
Wait a minute. What is the company actually valued at? Let's be honest. What is the actual
Goldman Sachs said $30 billion a year ago.
Then fuck them assholes. They don't take that. He's doing exactly what he said. The way they acted this morning, I feel like that that shows me that this is going to happen.
Okay. If you go and you take a look, and I'll share this so you guys
the way
can
that the
see it.
Twitterites reacted, the way that the people who work for Twitter reacted.
Yeah, it was calm and reasonable, and
there's absolutely calm and reasonable, mostly peaceful tweet.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is gonna be bad.
Mostly peaceful. Okay, so the most it was ever worth was $70, and that was like over a year ago. So if you actually go to 5 years, I mean, it hit its peak and it went down.
Trump was on.
Yeah. Well, no, it was February of 19th of 2021. So it has basically tanked in the last year. And if you look at like throughout, I guess I'm not really sure when it started kind of peaking around here, but so 2018, 19, and when we got to that is March is where it started going up. And then at this point in October is when it started going back down.
So
well, in the stock's defense,
yeah,
thanks to certain policies that shall not be named, everything's been tanking.
Yeah,
for the last
everything's been
several
tanking.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it started tanking before the
yeah.
Well,
Before
when did the stock market really start tanking? Was it the beginning of this year, or was it more last year?
well, we had a really volatile
Yes.
market.
Yeah.
I would say definitely the last 3 months have been very volatile.
Very volatile. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was towards the end of November, December.
Yeah,
Other than that, Putin.
because he didn't do anything back then. No, just like we didn't have this rampant inflation back, then at all. No.
Well, yeah, but that's not the point, dude. We just want to. Yeah, when did the stock market start tanking? Because obviously, yes, that is going to have an impact on the stock.
I would say November, but but regardless, Twitter's never reached what its potential value could be, and this guy could take
How
it
does
to
it
the
even
moon.
really generate revenue? Because I don't see a whole lot of ads on Twitter.
I block them, so I definitely don't.
Okay,
Maybe that's why.
If the application is for free, you are the product.
Yes, they're marketing you.
Yeah, they are marketing you. That's what it comes down to. What I would like to see, which I don't know if he would actually do this or not. I would be completely fine paying $5-10 a month for Twitter.
Well,
because that would basically kick out all the crazy people because they're not going to want to pay for it.
That's actually what he wants to do. He wants to charge a small monthly fee for you to be an authenticated user, which gives you essentially the power of the check mark, right? And if you do that and you pay it, then they're not beholden to any outside corporations. They don't have to run promotions. It can just be a free exchange of information and ideas, like it was when it was started with a libertarian bent way back in the day. Because I know you comics remember when this started.
Yes, I do.
It was awesome.
Do
So
you
it's
think part
kind of
of
like
it
what
has-
Locals is doing. Go ahead, Matt.
I was just going to ask, do you think like some of this, like the hesitation, has something to do with like they don't want anyone to take a peek at their infrastructure?
They really don't want anybody to look at that. Yeah, I think you're right. Keep going.
As far as what like the technology they use, I mean,
not even that. Just like think about like, because they make such little money. I think it was like 7 cents per user or something like that. Like it was a ridiculously low amount, right? And a lot of these like these tech things are like funded by people putting money into it rather than making money. Right?
Yeah, there's a lot of venture capital that typically runs startups, but Twitter's not a startup anymore.
Well, you're right, but it's never. I mean, how much of a profit could it have actually made over this time, right? Enough. Like I'm just saying, like, what if there is influence being, monetarily incentivized?
Oh, they are for sure. There's a lot of companies that are. You're not wrong,
Right.
man. Your speculation is right on.
Well, okay, so part of what is probably keeping Twitter alive is the fact that they are a public company.
Mhm.
So they have they are getting money from their stock. There's a very good possibility that they are getting money from the government.
Yeah.
And
we know they are.
Yeah,
we know they are. They told us we've seen the reports. It's out there. There are a lot of entities, social media platforms, media entities like Washington Post, HuffPost, all these other things. They are getting money from the government to promote government ideas. That's called propaganda.
So that's I think the reason why they're being kept afloat is because they're being given money.
Well, the other day when go ahead and do this. Sorry.
Okay. Let me get back on the subject. Hello, Reacher on Prime was real good. Ted Lasso, feel good, funny on Apple TV. Just started Severance, Apple TV. I'm 3 eps in, and it's great.
There you go.
Good night.
It really is. Like, I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, I'm on the penultimate. I can't wait to finish it. But I had to go watch Moon Knight.
Well,
It was a requirement.
You didn't completely waste your time, but you did. Anyway, Southern Belle for $5. I would stop Amazon Lord of the Rings and redo it as written. Also, Game of Thrones extended 2 more seasons and get Game of Thrones to finish the series. George R.R. Martin to finish the series.
Do you realize how expensive that would be, though?
I have no idea.
That's the only problem, because you'd have to get everybody back. That's the only thing.
Oh, it wouldn't cost anything. They want.
Well, it's all magical thinking, anyways. We're talking about, what franchise would we go back and erase anyway? So
yeah, in that respect, yes.
Okay, I tell you what, I wished into existence that Adam Krigler would join the show on Monday, and he did.
I still been trying to get him on Midnight's Edge.
Yeah.
Nikki D for $5. If Tom's prediction for Thor 4 come true, how do you think the general audience will react? I don't know. I mean, just take a look at Eternals, man. I think it would probably be the same way.
It'll bring the MCU full circle.
I mean, do you think like it doesn't really matter because they already got the money like from opening? Like, are they banking a lot on that opening weekend? So they can get as much as possible before
it's not going to open good. It won't open well.
You don't think so?
No, there's a lot of people very hesitant. Look, they've been burnt. Tom, how many films in a row has it been like marginal when it comes?
Yeah, but this is Thor.
Yeah.
Okay,
so Spider-Man 3 just got him a little bit extra.
If the girls aren't getting excited because Thor's Superman,
I will give you this. A lot of this is going to depend on how Doctor Strange 2 is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Doctor Strange is going to be a trash fire cameo heavy crazy thing.
You didn't see the wheelchair?
I got a video here that goes with this Elon Musk thing because the other day when he was talking on Twitter, trolling everybody, somebody posted this video and he liked it and he responded to it exactly in all caps. Now, I know it looks long, but once you get into it, this is a very interesting video, and I put it on the 1.25 speed.
Ooh.
So this Carl Icahn, and this is hilarious, actually.
You're going after AIG.
If you think about the
What you want to
implications.
do is break that company up. I assume that you want to own that company only for the period of which it would be that it would get broken up and then you'd want to leave, no?
Not necessarily. Sometimes, a lot of times. But you talk about activist lists. Let's go for the first one. I still own it. 31 years, ACF. But let me tell you a little story about ACF. And I don't mind. You can listen a few minutes, have your drinks a few minutes later for something. But I'll tell you the fast little story here. So I was a kid, 31 years ago compared to today. And I see this ACF, and I'm a workaholic that I keep working on companies. I see this company sells for $30, and I'm looking at the rail cars they own, and I look at all the stuff that they got. They don't make any money, and I look at the, I'm an old Graham and Dodd guy. I still am, and you look and say this is so cheap. So I take all the money I made. By that time, I had a fair amount of money. I mean, nothing like today, I guess, but enough to put in 400 or 500 million or borrow it or whatever I did, and I bought a lot of the stock. So now we're going in and we're saying, this is so cheap. It's $30 and they got all these assets. They're not making any money, but what the hell? So I finally get control of the company. I get the company. And now I go in and, I'm a good math guy. I don't believe in micromanaging. So I meet the CEO and he said, oh, Mr. Icahn, we'd love to have you. I mean, after a bit of fight, we still love to have you aboard, boom, boom, boom. I said, great, let's be friends. So they manufactured rail cars. I won't bore you with the details, but they had a lot of companies. And in the rail car business, the secret is very simple, that you make rail cars, but the government wants to incentivize you. So the government says, okay, in other words, you can depreciate the rail car over 5, 6, 7 years, but you can keep it for 40 years. So you get this great depreciation. So it's great tax incentive. So the secret is you got to make money though to use the tax benefits, right? So these guys kept buying companies, and every company they bought, they lost money. So that's what was the real problem. So now I go, and they got 12 floors on 3rd Avenue when real estate was pretty good. I was early age. And I say, okay, you're the guys that lease the rail cars. You're the guys that do all the darn work. And that's a true story, and it's sort of amazing, but it still applies a lot to today. Maybe not as much. Well, pretty much as much. You're gonna listen to this, so I believe I know. So I go in, and I'm a good math guy, a good numbers guy, a good poker player. I'm gonna go understand what they do. So they said, Mr. Icahn, go to the 12th floor. We go to the 12th floor, and I write a yellow pad, and they try to explain it, and you do this, and these guys do this, these guys do that. I go to the 7th floor, new guy. Spend the whole day, go home, take a look at my yellow pad. I can't figure out what the hell they do. So I go back the next day, and the 7th floor, 9th floor, 8th floor, boom, boom, boom. And I say, I'm not an idiot. I can't figure out what the hell they do. It's like razzle dazzle. This guy does that. And I start asking, well, what do you need him to do that? Oh, this is very arcane stuff. You're not going to understand it. I say, okay, fine. So finally I say to him, I'm going to St. Louis. I want to see the guy who's the COO. I want to see the guy that manages the stuff, that makes the rail cars. Don't go, Mr. Icahn, don't go. So I say, well, why shouldn't I go? He said, they're scared of you. I said, what do you mean scared? What did I do? He said, nah, they depend on us. They depend on us. And we tell them what to do. And they're very worried that you might do something with us. I said, well, I'm not threatening to do anything, but I'd like to see it. Well, don't go. So I go back, 8th floor, 9th floor, 7th floor, boom, 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 go back home, can't figure out what the hell's going on. So I said, screw these guys. So I called the guy, his name is Joe, in St. Louis. I said, look, Joe, I want to come see you. He said, of course, Mr. Icahn, I'd love to see you. I said, do me a favor, don't tell the CEO I'm coming. I just want to come myself and talk to you, but don't get nervous about anything. He said, why should I be nervous? I said, you're right. This guy, Joe, is like a John Wayne character. He was a captain in the Marines, a tough guy. I was scared of him. And I'm sitting there looking at him. We're talking and we're laughing. And he's showing me stuff. I understand what he does. He does this, that, boom, boom, boom. So I said, I want to have a drink with you. So we go out and have a drink. And we're sitting there having a martini, the two of us. I said, Joe, I want to ask you something. I don't want you to think that I intend to do anything because I don't want you to be nervous. He goes, why should I be nervous? I said, I just want to tell you, I wouldn't know how many of those guys in New York you need to support your operation here because I honestly can't figure out what they do. He says, I'll tell you what you should do. I'll tell you how many supports I need. I need minus 30. So I say, Joe, what the hell does that mean, minus 30? Because you don't have the balls to do what I'll tell you to do, just like that. I said, what's that? Get rid of all of them tomorrow. Get rid of all of them. And I'll need 30 people less that have to support them with the numbers that they don't need from me. So I go and I say, hey, it's unbelievable. I can't believe this. Now, today, I would have done it immediately, got rid of the bunch of 12 floors. But then I still was wondering, maybe this guy Joe's a little crazy. How can I get rid of 12 floors of people? So I figured, how do I do that? And meanwhile, I knew the guy who owned the building. And he says, Carl, I could use the lease if you get out. And I don't think these people do anything. I watch them. And I say, bullshit, he's a real estate guy. What the hell does he know? So I now go and I figure, what the hell do I do? So there's a consultant around. And, consultants. Okay,
go ahead and pause it real quick.
Not too often, sometimes. But
This is the longest fucking story.
No,
Yeah,
it's the best
it
story, though.
is. But there's something I want to point out, which is kind of what he's getting at.
Yeah.
Most people who work for companies don't do anything.
Oh, hell yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, he's not wrong. And it's this
And
is
I think that's basically what he's getting at is that they hire all these people to do things. And at the end of the day, they do very little.
At the end of the story, although it's kind of funny how he tells it. But
yeah. It is. Yeah. I won't hear the end.
I'll just tell the ending if you want.
He's one of the smartest men. So
it's up to you guys. So.
Well, we're almost done with it. You might as well just go ahead and do it.
Oh, yeah, we're already there.
I brought these guys in, nice guys, Columbia University those days, and they were the great leasing experts of the world. Leasing, they do this for all these companies. I call them in, 3 guys come in, and one is a professor at Columbia, and he says, Mr. Icon, we understand your problem. Very arcane. I said, yeah, I heard that word before. You're really arcane. So I say, I want to know what they do. Don't worry about it. 3 weeks, we'll be back. It's $250,000. I said, okay, I'll pay you $250,000. Come back in 3 weeks. They come back in 3 weeks. Now, this is sort of hard to believe, but it typifies America, but people don't believe it. Comes back in 3 weeks with a book like this, big book, boom, 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 yellow graphs, red graphs, green graph. I say, hey, I ain't gonna read this book. I said, and I'm colorblind anyway. So I say, all I want you to do, here's a yellow pad. I did very well in school. I'm a numbers guy. Tell me what they do. And I said, here's your $250,000. And I give it to him. And he looks at me, he smiles. He says, you know something? You've been square with us, Mr. Icon. You seem like a good guy. So I'm going to tell you something. We don't know what they do either. I'm not joking. I am not joking. But here's the funniest thing. I mean, it's really sort of funny. I said, screw it. I called Joe up. He comes over. He said, great, do it. I gave him this severance. Nobody was mad. Got rid of the whole 12 floors. Sold the lease for $10 million. That's what a lot then. And if you shut down a grocery store, let's say you bought a grocery store and shut it down, you'd hear from somebody. Somebody didn't get the apples right.
Absolutely true.
The pears were rotten or something. You had a flower shot. The roses wilted. It was like out of a science fiction movie. It's like they never existed. I never got a letter. I never got anybody calling me. They left. It was like one of those bombs, that just hit the thing and kills all the people and the building stays. But I follow those principles a lot in what I do. There are very many companies where, and it's nobody's fault really, but it's just the CEO doesn't care. He's making a lot of money. And today it's very dangerous because a lot of these mediocre companies are borrowing money, and they're borrowing money very cheaply. And that's what theoretically makes the earnings that I think are very.
But yeah, he said exactly to that video the other day. So I have a feeling that's kind of what he's got in mind for Twitter.
Yeah, he's not wrong. See, and that's a genius thing. And like there's a film, and this is weird, that feeds right into this. If you want to understand these ideas and these principles.
And everyone's basically saying, yeah, that's exactly what Elon Musk is trying to do. I think you're right.
And if I were doing that, that's what I would do. We used to consider corporate raiders bad, and a lot of people looked at him and used to think he was a raider. He's not. But what he does is he cuts the fat, which is what Zaslav is doing. So Tom is watching a video that speaks to Zaslav, but it speaks to a bigger process that we need to understand. So if you want to look at the way things are being run, check out a film. It's really old. It stars Michael J. Fox. It's called Secret of My Success.
Oh yeah, I remember that movie.
And it's a fun little rom-com, but in the middle of it is some real understanding of business. It kind of breaks down, like, I don't know what any of these people are doing. None of these people, they have the wrong titles, et cetera, et cetera.
16-bit mascot really hits on something that is kind of
they're
playing into what we're talking about.
Yeah.
All those diversity inclusion departments. Yes. Diversity and inclusion, the whole diversity inclusion industry is exactly that.
Oh,
it is something that if we were to lose it right now, and apparently we had double toms now.
Yeah.
If they were to go away, it would not change anything at all.
No, it's because we still have
those
HR.
are companies that basically, because they're consultants, they consult with businesses to go and, these are the things that you need to do to be a better corporate citizen. Right. These are the things you need to do to fight racism, et cetera, et cetera. And it's basically shit we already know, except they're putting a new spin on it. It's the reason why people like D'Angelo are able to go write a book and do these stupid fucking seminars. She's inventing a lot of these diversity inclusion people. They are inventing a problem so they can come and solve it.
Yes.
It's like that Ryan Long sketch with Antifa window repair.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's exactly like that.
If you're hiring someone to look for something that they make money off of, guess what they're going to find? They're going to find it because that's how they make money.
Yeah, and you're not wrong, and everybody's saying the same thing here, and especially Mad. Mad just nailed it. We're making a job, but you have to do something with your gender studies underwater basket weaving degree that you got.
What they need to do is just get rid of it. It's fucking pointless.
Well, universities have bought into this bullshit. They teach it now. You're indoctrinated into it. People who are smart, all they do is just
it's like, honestly, what a gender studies degree is like an arts degree in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Well, it's a liberal arts degree. Yeah.
By the way,
but my whole point is that it's like most artists don't need a fucking art degree.
No.
Yeah. Unless you want to do something like art history. Yeah, maybe you need an art degree, but I mean, it's not like art history is a fucking huge industry.
Right. I never got my YouTube degree, and look at me. Look how successful I've been so far on YouTube. So, boom. No, but
Mic drop.
No, so but by the way, you can see a lot of that in if you've ever worked in the federal system before. How much there's so many positions that are just made up bullshit, and they will, you know what I mean. And once you reach like a certain level, they can't fire you. You're almost untouchable. It takes almost an act of Congress to get rid of you.
Well, in intelligence, and this speaks to what you just said, Matt, because you worked within this structure. In intelligence, one of the reasons you don't get good information is because there's too many intermediaries between the person that's doing the research, gathering it, and the person that needs it, like, as soon as fucking possible. You have all these other people, so you have to run it through this chain of bullshit before it gets to the person that needs it. We have a problem. We have too many people that push papers and not enough people that actually do things. And we need to get back to doing things in this country. We got rid of all the manufacturing.
That's part of the issue with getting rid of all the manufacturing. And we have to have jobs and
and they're make work jobs. All of them.
Pretty much. Reuben Christopher Haynes for $5. My main concern in the nightmare scenario: Elon buys Twitter, then the U.S. government moves to make Twitter a utility and take control by the government.
I think you'd have a hard time
have to do that with internet first.
Yeah, they'd have a hard time doing. The minute they went to federalize the internet, you'd have a revolt in this country, the likes of which we've not seen.
No, but what I could see them do is I could see a bunch of lefties try to enlist a bunch of laws about social media all of a fucking sudden, and try to fast track that shit.
It's a private company. Anyway, let's get back.
It doesn't matter. It still falls under social media. They'll still try to find a way to dictate it.
I'm making a joke. Anyway.
No, yeah, but I know, but you're right. It shouldn't matter.
Who wants to read the article?
Elon Musk has made a best and final offer to buy 100% of Twitter in an updated 13D filing today. Do you want to read it, Culture?
No, keep going, brother.
Musk is offering $54.20 per share in cash. Musk is offering to acquire all of the outstanding common stock of the issuer, not owned by the reporting person for all cash, considering valuing the common stock at $54.20 per share. The proposal was delivered in a letter to Twitter yesterday. I would need to reconsider my position as a shareholder, Musk said, if this offer is not accepted. Over the weekend, Elon Musk confirmed that he would not be joining Twitter's board. The board seat rejection caused concerns among employees on their monthly day of rest on Monday. Last Monday, Musk revealed that he had a 9.2% stake in Twitter. A day later, he was offered a seat on the board with CEO Parag Agrawal. How do you say that?
Agrawal.
Yeah,
Well, he's not
Agrawal.
going to be there much longer. Saying Musk would bring great value. The company was so sure Musk would accept this that it listed him as a board member on its website. Oh, I didn't know all this shit. See, I would have.
Yeah, they offered him the board position to limit
Yeah.
him.
Okay. I got that now. I'm getting that.
Yeah.
That guy even had organized a Q&A between Musk and employees this week. Employees who preferred not to be named allegedly said workers were super stressed and had to work together to help each other get through the week. Under the initial agreement, where he would be a board member, Musk would have been limited to a 14.9% stake in the company. But now that he's not a member, see, I didn't know this part either.
Yep.
He can buy as many shares as he pleases, leaving him open to make an offer for the entire company. Twitter shares are up over 13% pre-market.
Yeah, if he really wanted to, he could do a hostile takeover at this point.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh,
which is funny because that's something we haven't seen since I would say the 80s, right?
80s. Yeah.
It's been a while.
90, 92, 93, I think is when they stopped.
There might have been some a little later, but yeah.
Well, but I mean, like the major corporate rating and the stuff like that, because almost every one of the corporate raters utilized like hostile takeover like methodologies, right? They would acquire like a bump up that would give them the controlling interest in a company in order to force it. He can do that. In fact, Pablo, Tom, you're familiar with Pablo and and the like that work over there on Midnight's Edge Espanol.
Yes.
He talked about this specifically today, that the numbers that they would have to put together aren't as much as you would think. Musk doesn't actually have to buy it outright this way. He can just leverage his way into the board, call for a shareholders meeting as the primary or majority stockholder, and replace the board in a slate. He can replace the whole slate with people he wants. That's it. And then from that point, then he can make an offer. They can accept the offer. Ball game over. So the problem is they're over a barrel. Now there's something afoot right now. It's a poison pill strategy. There is another interested party. I forget. It's like Toma Nova or Toma. It's another entity out there.
Buy it.
Yeah, that has come forward saying they might be interested. The problem is they're kind of in a position where they want it to fall. This is a company that's normally interested in purchasing software companies. This would be their first like forward facing company.
Well, technically, you could say that social media companies are software companies.
Yeah, this is more. Yeah, but it's more of a public face company rather than something that's a background thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an interesting move. I don't see that actually coming to fruition because when the stock tanks, Musk will just buy more.
Mm.
And at a cheaper price. I mean, it doesn't put you in a better position.
I do have a question. Like, if let's say it goes through and Elon becomes, Elon owns Twitter now and he does great things. Do you think that would pressure other people like YouTube or Instagram or any of these others that are very censor heavy? Sorry, Mama Susan. I know.
No, I don't think.
You don't think it would have any influence on them?
No, it would expose them.
True.
Because you made the best point ever in my lifetime.
I think they'd be afraid of somebody else doing that to them. Yeah.
No, let me give Matt credit. Matt has a lot of great insights. This is the best one he's ever had, which is when you get to the algorithm, the inside baseball of Twitter, right, which he said at the beginning of this, when we were talking about this earlier, you are 100% right. That's the terrifying thing. When you get to see how the sauce is made, You know, that is going to explain a lot. And there's also going to be some super secret stuff that happened in the background, not just the government involvement, not just the, further expose of what the Saudis did as far as spying via Twitter employees, which was revealed not that long ago, which is maybe why the Saudi prince is against this. There's a lot of dirty laundry in the background that they don't want out there in the world.
So like the Hunter Biden laptop of social media is what we're.
Yeah, I think this is. Yeah, I think this is. Yeah,
and obviously there's a lot of narrative control that obviously Twitter has.
Yeah.
But whatever. Toxic Man Poo for $5. My dream has come true. Elon buying Twitter and being on a stream with Mad Mardigan.
I mean, yes, dream big, man. Just like Toxic, you can someday achieve it.
Marks 47 says Comics Vision. How much do you guys believe Musk is willing to lose if he's genuine about bringing the platform up for free speech? I think that's kind of complicated. In my opinion, I think this is billionaire games.
Yeah, I mean that's just those billions of dollars is what he found in his couch. He ain't worried about it.
No, he's got 50. He's got 50 billion just hanging there. But here's the weirdest thing, and I'm going to say this. And Mad's brilliant today. I don't know what happened. Did you take smart pills
every day?
All right.
Sometimes it's over your head.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know if him buying it. And again, I'm being skeptical here, and this is what you need to be. You can't. Put your faith. Yeah. Like it's like the whole Disney thing, right? You put faith in Disney to fix Star Wars, and they fuck it up more. It could be the exact same thing with Elon Musk.
I don't think so, though. But I understand what you're saying. I will say this:
you gotta be really realistic, right? You hope for the best, and then you
But
you hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
Everything he's done is what I would do if I were him with the kind of leverage he has, right? And so his next step, if he's concerned about being over leveraged or overextended or exposing his company to its own form of attack via financial methodology, all he has to do is take SpaceX public. Ball game.
Yeah, and that will probably happen at some point in time.
Well, soon. I think he's ready to do it, to be honest with you. I think all of this is calculated. He said today specifically, and I don't know if we have the article. I tried to shoot it at you. But he said in today's TED Talk that that he had today when all of this was going down, he said today he has a plan B in place ready to go. So, the Daily Wire covered that. Lots of other outlets covered that. But he held a TED Talk today. He was asked point blank about it, and he answered as well, as much as he was willing to. Let's put it that way.
I know there's a lot of people that have criticism about Elon, but I'll give him this credit for sure. Like he cares way more than I ever would if I had anything close to how much money he has. You know what I mean? I wouldn't care about.
There's definitely times where companies go and they buy something to shut it down to basically eliminate their competition. I mean, in this case, I wouldn't say they're eliminating competition. They are basically, it's a mercy killing, I would say. But I don't think that's the intent that Elon is doing. I don't think he's willing to burn that many billions of dollars just to fuck over Twitter.
I don't know. Donald Trump gave up just about everything he owned to be president to show up Barack Obama after the dinner that they had. When you're in rarefied air with these billionaires, they don't care.
That's the games that people with lots of money can play.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Is kind of what I was getting at. But anyway, Captain Spire for $5. The privately owned ISP I've been with for 16 years is just pushing diversity and no mention of utilization or God damn it, I can't fucking say utilizing. Fucking thing in my mouth fucks it up. Utilizing, well, making it a utility. Also, firing by promotion is common. Yeah, they're failing upwards is what that's typically called too. Bush says, Comics Division, it is possible that Twitter could allow a foreign conglomeration move in and out bid, i.e. China investors, like what happened with Smithfield or Marriott.
And I would suggest at that point to immediately cancel your Twitter if they bring in foreign interest.
You don't trust China? Come on. If anybody's about free
Washy
speech.
says, it won't matter the moment Twitter allows you to say anything, other platforms will ban you off platform activities. Yeah, that's exactly what happened with Patreon.
Yep. Yeah, and that's why, and again, who cares? Patreon's a piece of shit. We have our own Patreon here. It's called Gilded. Fuck Patreon.
Well, and I agree. But at the end of the day, he's right. So if you basically say something edgy on Twitter and don't get banned, suddenly you don't have a YouTube channel anymore because somebody complained. I'm not gonna say it's all or nothing, but it kind of is.
We'll have to see.
Yeah. The comment there for $5. Either way, with this, can't fucking reach today. Either way, with this, we win. We either see it if the spirit of the age has truly possessed the businessmen, or if it is just an act of ESG points. Act for ESG points. A lot of that. You'd be surprised at how many business decisions are being driven by that shit.
Yeah, and
a lot of the diversity stuff is being driven.
We're close to almost of the full 500 of the Fortune 500 companies being corrupted with WEF or Soros-minded human beings.
Brahmabull for $2. Stop being smart, mad. I like my spot on the show.
Well, hopefully you heard my O-Town reference that I just made. Should help because you said all and nothing. O-Town. No.
All right. So since Bungalow into Comics is here, we're featuring a Bungalow into Comics article. I found this pretty interesting. It's funny when I actually used to talk about comic books, and Erik Larson is just a fantastic person to talk about when you're a comic book YouTube commentator, because he says the dumbest things. And quite frankly, this is not any different because he likes to flip-flop on stuff. And Spencer, you did a fantastic job with this article highlighting the shit that Erik Larson says. So dun dun dun. Tom, would you like to take it away, sir? Tom?
In his latest take on the ongoing issue of race swapping in comic books, an issue which he seems to flip-flop on every time he speaks to it, Image Comic founder Erik Larson has claimed that the original sin at Marvel and DC was making every character straight and white, but argued against the concept of race and sexuality swapping as a counter. Go on, Sadie, I'll let you out in a minute.
Okay, so here's the funny thing about this is you have to take a look at the time period. Well, first off, he's acting like there aren't any minority or female characters, which is complete garbage. That is absolutely incorrect. But this is Erik Larson we're talking about here.
Indeed. Talking to Twitter on April 9th, Larson abruptly declared to his followers the original sin at Marvel and DC was making every character straight and white, before rhetorically asking, now that there's a huge push for representation, they've been caught with their pants down, how can they fix this problem? And then they said it.
Well, it's funny because we all know the answer to this question. It's creating new characters. Yeah. If you want to have that, peg-legged,
they act like there's some limit on how many characters you can fucking have or something. It's like, you do realize that the Marvel universe alone has thousands of fucking characters, right?
Yeah.
Well, the justification's always been inequity, right?
Yeah.
It's that Superman has had so many more years to develop his iconic status that it's not fair that they're going to have to create a new character that's diverse and try to compete with that. So why not just turn Superman into a,
But there's plenty of popular black characters out there. I mean, look at Spawn.
Right.
I like Spawn. I think Spawn is shit.
Spawn's one of the greatest of all time.
movie
Black
holds
Lightning.
up 100%.
Yeah, but Spawn, Blade, Black Lightning.
One of the best Green Lanterns.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
John Stewart.
Yeah, John
Yeah.
Stewart. And you have,
And when did that happen?
Is that 80s or 90s?
80s.
79?
Yeah, late 70s, early 80s.
Would Stewart run? I think, I want to say 79. I could be wrong. It might be 80, 81, 82. Let me check.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it happened
Power
when we
Man.
were all horribly racist.
Yeah.
No, we weren't.
Thank you. Zero brought it up. Static Shock. Now, that was a character that was done as a cartoon in the 90s and was wildly popular.
Yeah, they changed.
I was in my 20s in college, and whenever I was watching Saturday morning cartoons, I'd flip that shit on. It was a great show.
Did you see how what the origin is now for Static?
Yes, they fucked it up. He was a BLM protester, and yeah. Oh yeah, and Darth Scipio brings up Bishop.
Oh,
Bishop
I love
is another
Bishop.
great character. Yeah. So yeah, his argument's bullshit. But that's the same thing with anyone who makes these arguments about, diversity and inclusion, is that, they like to pretend.
Oh shit. I was even
none of
wrong.
that shit exists.
I was even wrong. He actually appeared early 70s. For his first appearance, John Stewart appeared in first appearance in number 87 Green Lantern in 1971-72. Even earlier than I thought.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
TZ
what I
Burton,
thought.
have fun at your hockey game, man. Take care.
Awesome.
Yep, we'll
Enjoy.
see ya. But yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, it was happening in early 70s and all that stuff. I mean, the comics that I did read
Thank you, Victor.
and all that, they had diversity all over them. So I have no idea what this guy's talking about.
Yeah.
He's pulling it out of his ass. Oh, well.
Well,
that's typical Erik Larson for you. It really is. He's.
But there were.
And again, this is not just Erik Larson. This is basically most people in the comic book industry.
Falcon was one of my favorite characters, right? Next to Cap. Cap and Falcon in those comic books when I was growing up were incredible. And it pisses me off that that these incredible characters that we've had forever are so disrespected. Because it's the bigotry of low expectations that people like Erik Larson project upon everyone else. It's fucking bullshit. Sorry.
I want to get to John F. Trent's comment if it made its way into StreamYards.
I was looking for that too. I don't see it.
Yeah, that was a great fucking comment. He says original sin means being white, straight, is inherently evil. Yeah, which is.
That's not actually
stupid. We would never say that about anybody else, but apparently it's okay to say that about white men.
Yeah.
Do I need to scroll down? I think I do, right?
Adam and Eve weren't white, right?
I don't know. Wasn't around to see them. Do I need to scroll down, Tom?
There is no Tom, only Zool.
There is no Tom.
He had to take his dog out.
All right.
That's fine.
Yeah. With the movies, it's easy to just cast your film with a diverse group and ignore the comics and the fans on Twitter because nobody cares, he bizarrely and dismissively argued. In the comics, that's more difficult because you can't just swap the races of existing characters.
I think it's funny that he says that. It's like, just ignore the fans. just ignore the people who care about the source material. That's exactly what they're doing, right? They're doing this shit with the Rings of Power. They're ignoring the fans, and ultimately they're going to pay the fucking price. Because what happens when you ignore the fans? Well, they're not going to go show up. And eventually, they're going to piss off the normies, too. And apparently, there's a lot more fans of Lord of the Rings than there are of, any Marvel product. Go ahead and continue, Tom.
Can you guys even hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't see anything. Everything keeps freezing up on me.
Oh.
I actually have to run pretty soon anyway, so
okay.
I don't know if Culture wants to finish here.
That's fine. We can switch off. Do you want to bow out now, or?
Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I probably will here. Sorry about that, guys.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and say goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Everything's froze. I don't even know if I can leave, so
All right.
I'll probably just sit here for a few minutes and
Love you, Tom.
because I have no idea what's going on. Oh, there it goes. I finally caught up with everything. Okay. Now it moved. Okay.
See, Tom is editing. So,
Yeah.
Does this mean that I could boot
I do have to
Tom?
get up in the morning anyway, so
Yeah, you can.
Get
Tom,
some
if you
sleep.
need to go, we can remove you.
take care,
I-
guys. Love you. Good
Good
night.
Tom.
I
Good
will
luck
see
tomorrow.
you on
Bye, Tom. We'll play.
Yeah, good luck tomorrow. Be healthy.
Big love,
Bye.
big sexy.
No ticket.
Did Culture say big love? Wait, make love big sexy?
No, big love, big sexy.
Well, there you go.
That's better, I suppose.
It was actually.
About like 3%, maybe.
All
Tom
right.
and I spend a lot of time together. A lot of time.
Okay. Well, that makes it all better now.
That's what I thought.
Now I get the comment.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Take it away. Culture.
You're
Casino.
blushing, culture. You're blushing.
Rejecting the trend seen in recent years, which such characters as Kid Flash, Master of the Universe's Andra, and the near entire cast of Marvel's Eternals, Larson suggested the ideal solution would be to create a whole mess of new characters which are diverse, and then use those characters in the comics and movies. But creators don't want to give Marvel and DC their great ideas, so that's not going to work.
He's not wrong on that one, because Marvel and DC have basically fucked over a lot of creators. Jim Starlin is a really good example of that. So, yeah, but you have people like Sama Amanad who created a character and then mysteriously disappeared.
Manamanad.
Yep. Yeah. So you do have that, and then there's Miles Morales, who was a character that was created and promptly flopped.
Yeah.
So,
And they keep pushing.
they keep pushing. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, it's not just about creating characters, right? It's about creating characters that people can relate to and people will like. That's the big thing. And that's what these people fail to understand.
They don't get it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Instead, they'll do things like have characters inherit the role from a white character, which pisses off the fans of the original character and always seems like a temporary change.
Because it is.
Inevitably, the original will return, and that will leave their replacement out in the cold.
Yeah.
Sure.
And every time they've done this, he's not wrong.
Yeah. Larson ultimately opined, if they're savvy, they can transition their replacement character into a new role, but largely it's pretty messy and leaves readers on all sides pissed off.
Which is funny because a good example of this is Miles Morales. I mean, that legit is a character that pretty much nobody cares about. To the point where, he was called Spider-Man and everyone just calls him Miles Morales. To the point on the packaging of products that he is on are, like toys of Miles Morales, he's called Miles Morales. It's not called Spider-Man because he's not.
He's not. Yeah.
Yeah. Spider-Man. There's only one Spider-Man.
Yeah. And that's the other problem that Marvel and DC both have an issue with is watering down their brand. When you start having Spider everyone, it wasn't a big deal when you had Spider-Woman and Spider-Man. But now you have so many different Spider people. Spider-Gwen, Silk,
Madam Web.
Was that Madam Web? Yeah. All these characters.
Madam Web is an old character though.
Yeah. But and it's fine if they do it for short term.
Yeah.
Like the Spider-Gwen stuff, I thought was a really interesting idea. But it's like, do a limited run. That's it. It's over and done with. Move on.
That's true. Responding to a fan who replied to this thread, I can't wrap my head around the idea of needing a hero to be just like you in every manner to be happy, Larson accused. It doesn't even have to be that. But if a title never includes anything but white characters in this day and age,
nobody fucking does that though. Nobody, literally, nobody fucking does that.
Can anyone think of a time where
even in the 80s and 90s, nobody fucking did that.
Well, in the 90s, the X-Men were ran by Storm. Storm was the leader of the X-Men, and then the Avengers were led by some other, chick.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll be fine. I would think something's going on with that creator because you're fucking simple-minded, myopic piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, it's not like there hasn't been diversity in comic books
forever.
Or Marvel or DC. It's like, yeah, okay. The top tier, the top three, the Trinity at DC are all white characters. One of them is female. Why are those characters popular? Ask yourself that.
And she's also not exactly white. I mean, she is, but she's kind of not. But I don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
She's an Amazonian. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Curiously, just prior to this accusation, Larson responded to a Brazilian fan who asserted real comic fans don't care about skin color or ethnic background. They care with character stories, etc. Larson said, "Understand that you aren't every fan. Your experience is not universal."
You could say the exact same thing about Larson.
Exactly, which is why they said it that way. "It's foolish to assume that everybody feels the same way that you do," he said. "Many readers like having somebody that looks like them exist in the comics they read. Nobody gives two fucking shits."
Some people do. I mean, but that's not, again, I'm going to repeat the exact same statement he just said. Not everybody shares your experience.
Yeah.
Or your beliefs. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say that people don't relate, or there are some people out there that must have a character that looks like them. I think that might be a sign of insecurity, though, more so than anything else. But I definitely think there are people out there.
They're very myopic, small-minded.
But that's the thing that drives me crazy about this shit, man. I mean, there's tons of movies that a lot. I mean, and this goes back into the death of the Hollywood actor or the movie star. I fucking love Wesley Snipes, man. I went to every fucking Wesley Snipes movie back in the 90s.
Me too.
Passenger 57 is a great fucking
White Men Can't Jump. White Men Can't Jump. Demolition Man. We go down a list of just
love Demolition Man. I really do.
Great. And by the way, you know when he like the children are going by, he's like, "Don't get that right." That was improv. Nobody told him to do that. He decided to do it on his own, and it was amazing.
Yeah. He was Blade. Dude was. There is no other person that can be Blade. I don't care if they're coming out with a new Blade. There's only one guy that's Blade. One. That's it.
Yeah.
Make a new character.
Trying to. Is like poor Dennis Quaid had to try to be Doc Holliday after Val Kilmer. Like he had no chance. And I find it hard to believe like we're going to see somebody that does anything near what Val Kilmer did. You know,
Val Kilmer lost buttloads of weight to be that thin to play that part and look that sickly. It was incredible.
Sorry, which part?
Val Kilmer and Tombstone.
Tombstone.
Oh yeah.
You can't. It's like saying you like as good as Joaquin was as whatever version of Joker you want to call that. You know, there are probably only two people I think that most people would say would be their iconic Joker, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Heath Ledger.
And
on
Leto.
top of that, another actor that used to be able to put butts in seats, not anymore, was Will Smith.
Yeah. Well, God, yeah.
He was a huge fucking draw.
Dude, he was a huge draw. Even if Tom was here, he'd tell you 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he was a huge fucking draw. He was in Bad Boys, the last major blockbuster film before we went down into lockdown.
Yeah. But I don't think it's a draw now. I mean, just because of the whole Oscar situation, the fact that the dude looks like a total bitch.
Yeah, it didn't help.
Be it real or fake, it doesn't matter. People think, Will Smith's a bitch now.
That's a shame. But you're not wrong. I mean, the death of celebrity is something I've talked about multiple times. We will grind into the ground. But here we go. Yep. Larson would later add, again, without a hint of irony, that he was not a fan of characters whose only shtick is their racial or sexual identity. That's just lazy, he said. Well, that's all of the Marvel and DC writing right now, knucklehead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes even beyond just comic book movies. Like,
oh, God. Their books, the films, every fucking thing. God, the goddamn YA fanfic that is, called Star Wars right fucking now is just garbage. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, man. Fucking love Guy Scar. Representation, you don't say.
Hey, what's up, Gascar? Good to see you, brother. Miss you, dude.
We should get him on here to talk about.
Yeah, bring that Canadian asshole in here. Yeah, absolutely.
I know it's late for him. Yeah. Guy Scar, man, if you want to jump on, just hit up Toxic Man Flu. He'll send you a link if you want to get on and talk about Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
We talked about it for
I think-
5 minutes and
yeah,
we
I
were
think
done.
We covered it. I think we talked about everything that could possibly be said about Moon Knight.
As noted above, despite Larson's recent headstrongness, who wrote this? Towards the topic,
Bakuli.
Spencer.
Spencer Bugcocky.
I like
Stop
Spencer.
it. Stop it. I like Spencer.
I
Headstrongness.
need to get Spencer on at some point.
Spencer's
he's
amazing.
fine.
Just bring on
Yeah.
all the bounding dudes. They're a freaking party. Anyway,
Yeah.
Larson's recent headstrongness. God dang it, Spencer. Towards the topic, the Savage Dragon creator has continued to bounce back and forth between conflicting opinions nearly every time the subject is brought up. On April 7th, Larson.
Okay, hang on. I want to inject something real quick. Okay. So this is ironic coming from Erik Larson talking about all this. Okay. So the character Savage Dragon, you know, even though he's a green dude, I guess the original Savage Dragon was white. And you know what he did? He race swapped Savage Dragon with a dude with the current incarnation of Savage Dragon his name is Marcus. Apparently he's a black dude married to an Asian chick.
Oh wow.
Which is pretty funny because, you know, he's just talking about it's pointless to do race swaps and he just fucking did it himself. Not just, I don't know when he did. He apparently did it a while back, but I don't know. I stopped paying attention to Savage Dragon.
I have no idea what that is.
It's his comic book. It's
Oh,
the
Drag-
comic book that when they all left Marvel to go start Image Comics, that was the
Yeah.
comic book that he did with Savage Dragon.
Oh,
It's
see, I
about-
didn't read a lot of Image other than Spawn and Wildcats. Wasn't that Image?
Yeah, Wildcats' Image.
Yeah. I loved Wildcats. Yeah.
I actually really liked Savage Dragon. There's Shadowhawk was another good one.
Grifter
Anyway.
was one of my favorite characters, I think. Like, I really like Grifter.
Speaking of which, on April 7th, Larson took to Twitter to tell his
See what you did there.
followers, for some reason, the conventional wisdom at Marvel and DC is to have new characters assume the identities of old characters. But I'm not a fan of Iron Man. I'm absolutely not buying your shitty new Iron Man. I want it to flop so that old Iron Man can return.
Yeah, I think that's kind of
a
the
bold
attitude.
statement.
That's basically how most fans
How
kind of
most-
feel. It's like,
Of
just get
course,
back to
but
the-
for him to say it out loud, though.
Yeah, which is funny because he's contradicting himself.
He's
Yeah.
guilty of the shit he's calling out.
He's done the exact same shit, and
It's all about that grifting. Anyway, and if you're going to reinvent a character from the ground up, why not just create a new character? He continued. You've done 90% of the work already. Why not give that character a new name and let the old one continue to exist?
I don't know, comic book industry
I don't know.
or comic book man.
This is going to be awesome. This is why I love
Yeah.
Spencer and the guys over at Bounding. Yet roughly 2 weeks prior, on January 23rd, Larson advocated instead of changing Punisher's chest emblem, they should just have Frank finally realize that he's gay. And the beauty of it is that it wouldn't alter the comics at all, he argued. Despite Frank's established origin involving the death of his wife and children, he'd still be dressing in leather, ignoring the ladies, and hanging out in bars with other sweaty dudes.
I think he was making a joke.
I hope so, because that's fucking retarded.
No, I think he's fucking trolling there. I really do. When I read that, it's like, dude, he's not being serious.
No.
I mean, Erik Larson has said a lot of stupid shit, but that's a fucking
By
obvious
the way,
troll job.
that sounds like an awesome Punisher to me, because hanging out with the bros, like, you
Well-
should change that leather to denim.
It's sand volleyball and all.
Exactly. Yeah.
I hear you.
And Geistar, both at the same time.
George.
How you doing, brothers?
I have a button for George.
Oh, don't.
George, he's got a beautiful soul.
You're gonna make me sing with it. How you doing?
Good,
Good, man.
Well, this is the last night of night shift. The guy
It's the last night.
hired
Did
a
you
new
say
guy.
that like that 2
I
weeks
did.
ago?
Well, the guy came back from his vacation.
I'm just screwing
And
with
then
you, man.
and then he got sick and then quit.
Oh my god.
So that's why I've been gone so long, because I've had to take the spot. Couldn't fill it. You know what?
Dude, that sucks, man.
That's the one bull. You know how they say people want jobs. I have placed probably the best paid package for anyone with benefits. And they're like, why? A lot of people really got used to not working.
Yeah, they did.
I feel you.
Hi, my friend. How you doing, Basco? So anyway, sorry for being late. If I can get a few minutes, that makes my whole week.
Nah, man, I'm glad you're here. I think we all are.
Thank you. And Mads, of course.
Hello.
You know, I was watching your favorite movie with my family the other night.
Ooh.
I told him, I said, no.
Oh.
He's going to do the Hurt Locker. I was
Oh.
I told him, I said, this is recommended to me by a vet. You know, this is his favorite film. He says it's the most realistic thing he's ever seen. They're like, wow.
Oh, wow.
Actually,
Hurt Locker joke. Haven't heard one of those before. Yay, you.
I just love his expression.
Me too.
It's
Oh,
priceless.
by the way, I want to say hi to the man at the bottom there, Bosco Scenario, our best friend, Guy Scar. What's going on, brother?
Man, work is just in the grinder, just like George, man.
Yeah, I hear you, Basco.
You guys are working too hard. What's up with that?
Well, I got one employee that got the coof, and I had to like send people home and sanitize, and
Ooh.
God knows, it hit hard last week, and
That
not
sucks,
catching up. Yeah,
No bueno.
no, disgusting.
We'll finish off this article. We'll talk about Moon Knight again.
Oh,
my
God.
Maybe more than 5 minutes.
I mean, if you think there's more to talk about, I thought we hit everything.
Well, yeah, we did, kind of.
But
But we didn't hear George or Gaskar's opinions on it. So.
Oh my God. 3 and done. I was done. Oh my. Did you see that? First of all, again, once again.
Hang on, George. Let's get through the article
let's
first.
wrap
and
this up real
we're
fast.
almost done with it.
Okay.
And then the Punisher skull would take on a whole new meaning, Larson pushed, and it would just kill the dudes who brandish it. They're such a homophobic lot. The fuck is he saying?
Well, I think he's just fucking trolling. Okay, that's basically it.
What do you make of blah, 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 blah?
Yeah, I think Erik Larson's an idiot. Nothing has
Yep.
changed. Yeah, he fucking.
The Spencer needs to hire a spell checker. Yes.
He's fine.
Yeah. But it's pretty funny. I don't remember why Larson blocked me, but he did.
I don't even
You know
check
you deserved
anymore.
it.
No, I probably did.
I don't even check anymore. I don't care. Somebody blocks me. That's, they don't want to hear the truth.
You're
Because
so off my Facebook. Don't like you anymore.
oh no.
All right, George,
Obviously,
go ahead
'cause
and
I blocked you on
resume.
Twitter.
Yeah,
the Moon Knight.
resume Moon Knight rant.
I felt like we actually got mooned by the last episode.
He got mooned by Moon Knight.
I mean, come on, what else? I mean, you had the girl saving him. the
He
entire
cracked us
time.
up.
No, really, she's saving him. And then you have the schizoid, which I'm tired of it. Remember, I said this in the first episode. Give me 5-10 minutes, I could get it, even doing it for the first episode. But now it's don't kill him, Mark. Don't do him. I'm like, God, I put a bullet in my brain just to stop listening to my other half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you getting tired of the accent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Horrible.
it's starting to get to me a bit.
Khonshu is
believe
my
anything
favorite
about Steven.
character.
Khonshu, the guy that got to do Khonshu, and that voice is pretty fucking epic, I have to admit.
It reminded me of your comics voice a little bit.
Reminded me of
just
Venom
that
a
deeper
lot.
pitch. I
Venom.
liked it.
Yeah, Venom, Liam Neeson. Don't do it again.
Didn't it sound like Liam Neeson, but a little off, like someone's trying to do a.
Yeah. Well, not the voice. I actually, man, like, it reminds me of Venom, like just the whole idea of having this, you know what I mean? This other being. Yeah, exactly. Kind of like that. Oh, that was scary.
And I don't get the whole rationale they had for the gods. When I remember them, it's like you have avatars, so you're involved in the world, but you're not involved in the world. I'm like,
I'd completely forgotten all about that. Honestly.
yeah.
Boy.
And then they're gonna believe the nutcase. So you're Ra, the all-seeing eye, but you don't see fuckface over here like trying to dig up a god to kill him.
I love how he just came in like he was just like, nah, bro, this dude's lying. I'm not doing anything wrong. And they're like, well, you hear him. I mean, this is straight from him. He's saying he's not doing anything wrong. Any other things to talk about?
My pet peeve with that was what we spoke about my show on Wednesday was that they did not know that this guy's killing a bunch of people. With the cane and stuff. That what happened to that? Little detail that they did not say when
Right?
Did they see he hit the cane? He went in there with his cane, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, but they didn't see it.
But no, he's an avatar.
Nobody
so
fucking acknowledged it.
Well, he can have it because he's an avatar. That wasn't the part that got me. Mads actually nailed it perfectly. It's kind of like this guy is, going to kill the world. He's going to bring this guy. He's like, I didn't do anything. What are you talking about?
I was just hanging out at the. We were having some beers.
Oh, never mind the fact that I had the murder stick that I walk with all the time.
But that was a gift though from the crocodile lady that he's trying to bring back or whatever.
No, never.
The all-seeing eye, Raw, who's sitting there staring at him, saying, I believe the guy.
Is he supposed to be the avatar of that god now?
All of them. Yeah, that's what they are. See, because in the comics, they were the avatars, and so they brought in. So I'm like, hey, someone's actually reading the books. Except then they fucked it all up because it's like the way that I took it by the end of that episode. Remember when you saw Ethan Hawke's character? Because I don't even remember the damn character name. And Raw. It looked like there was a deal going on between Ra and his god, the crocodile.
I don't remember anything about that.
It was horrible. And then the girl the whole time. It's like, okay, once you've realized the guy has multiple personalities, at that point, you really shouldn't expect much. And she's like, you haven't told me everything. Well, bitch, I don't know everything. It's like I got 6 other personalities running around.
Yeah, and it looks like she's falling in love with Steven.
Steven. Oh.
Yeah, see those little puppy eyes? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. God. And then Steven, please don't hurt him. Please don't hurt him. I'm like, oh my God, can somebody kill you? Like, I wondered, can you just I wish you could, do both personalities at the same time so you could hit one side. I'm going to hit Steven. And anyway.
So I take it nobody's enjoying it?
Oh no, the idiot's in charge.
I thought the first episode was okay. Yeah. By episode 2, I was like, oh, look at that. They're already working on doing the gender swap.
Yeah.
And my theory is that either I don't know if the fact that they're onto us or the fact that we know that they're onto them and they're going to change it up. So they're going to go broadcast the fact that, hey, look, we're going to gender swap, and then go, no, we're not going to do it. Fooled you. Ha ha. You guys are wrong. See? So I don't know. I don't know what kind of game they're playing. But I just honestly, I don't care for the series. Like I said, it's not terrible. But
really?
It's not rewatchable.
It's not rewatchable. I'm not interested in it. I find it just kind of there.
Yeah.
The thing is, it has great cinematography. It's got a great soundtrack. But again, the writing, I literally think my 7-year-old niece could do better with her crayons. I mean, just like slowly would take her time, or a pack of monkeys, because they remember that scene where they had Moon Knight, pegged with those stakes or spears, whatever they were. They called it something else. It was part of that.
Javelins.
Right. And I'm sitting there going, how are they pinning him down? Are any of these like superheroes, supervillains? Because, when he wanted to, it's like, okay, fling them off.
Did that happen in this show? Like, I don't.
Yeah, I know.
It was at the end. Yeah.
Oh, of what? Episode 3?
Yeah.
Oh, I gave up halfway through episode 3.
But you know what I mean, Culture? It's like he could knock them off the moment he wants to. So then how was he stopped? Because they're just humans.
George, I believe you all at this point, much like the end of Boba Fett. All I've seen now is coverage clips, and I've seen, of course, the scripts. I can tell you, I am not. I will again, being forthright, I have only seen one complete episode, the first one, and I was out immediately. But all of the complaints that you're having aren't lost on me. I hate this show. I hated this show.
All I have to say is that when they did the spinning thing with the with the stars, I immediately
I
start
like
thinking of Cher's song, "If I Could Turn Back."
Oh my god, me too.
Wait, did that happen in this show too?
It
When was
did.
that?
This
was
before
at the
Conchu
end.
was turned to a statue when he's like,
It was like the last thing I remember before I woke up from my coma.
I did enjoy that part. There were some parts, but you know what? It's just, enjoying 30 seconds of it. It's no, I didn't like it so much. I haven't been able. I've tried 4 times to review it just so I could shit on it. I'm like, I just don't want to do it.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a single video, which is basically a kind of like season review.
Series wrap.
Yeah.
I haven't
The
figured out
thing
how
is,
to
when it
do
was-
that. How do you
when
do
it was
that?
really-
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, George.
No, I was gonna say when it was released for the critics, they said that it was by the 4th episode that it really kicks in. So
There's only 6 episodes.
Something like that.
exactly. No, but that's what I read.
By the 4th episode, things really get going. Well, shouldn't it
Yes.
get going from the first episode?
There's 6
If
episodes.
there's only 6 episodes.
Fuck. Oh my god.
You need 4 to get into it. I don't
That's
know.
a weird way to hook people. You don't
I have
hook
no
them
idea.
with
I
like
still have no idea what they're trying to fucking do.
No.
I mean, okay, you had the crocodile god, lady god, and she's bad.
oh yeah.
Because she
And
wants
that's
to kill
it.
the world.
And you know, you kind of have the motivation from fucking what's his name?
Conchu.
No, not Conchu, the
Ethan
bad
Hawke.
guy,
Ethan
Ethan
Hawke.
Hawke. Yeah,
He's playing Ethan
but
Hawke.
other than that, it's like
Harold.
what the
Harold
fuck's going on in this
Hawke,
show?
yeah.
It's like
But right there, right? We can't even remember these people's names.
Well, but
I don't fucking care.
the first set of books was great.
Yes, if they would have just adapted it. But see,
I
that's
just-
what
just
don't
wanted to show
understand.
this.
What I
Are you
don't
fucking
understand.
serious? 93%.
Yeah.
Like from
I just wanted to look it up because we know Rotten Tomatoes is full of crap.
2,100 people. So there's no fucking buddy watching this shit.
I was about to say, like,
Exactly.
What are
There
the
you go.
review- but wait, what are the reviews? What are they actually
The only
saying?
people who are
audience?
watching it are the stands and people
Yeah.
wanting to review it.
Well, I think that's what you see here. Like it's such a high rating because nobody wants to watch this shit. Anybody that would, rate it negatively.
Wait a minute.
The third show, and there's 2,200 viewer ratings.
But how long are the credits? You guys are talking about how amazing the credits
8
were. right?
minutes, I thought, or 7 minutes, 8
Yeah,
minutes.
talks. How long are the closing credits? Talks.
They ran almost 8 minutes, and it was 7:50.
So how many people are there? Is it 2,100 people?
No. They were long scenes of images of the stars and very.
Oh, not a bunch of names.
So there was one of a side headshot of Oscar Isaacs, and his face comes apart into 3 separate faces from the side.
Right,
It was really cool.
Do they scroll names during that part?
No.
Are
So
there any
it's
names?
very much like an Arabian Nights kind of thing where they show the pyramids on one side and 3 or 4 names. Right.
No, but do they have? But honestly, are there any names that are associated with this property?
Yeah, there is. There's
There are names in the credits. Yes.
Okay, so
I'm sorry.
So count up how many people those are, calculate how many family members they might have, and those are your 2,100 people that watch this piece of shit.
Well, that was
Makes
a long
sense,
walk
but
for that
I'm-
culture.
But I'm curious, Tox, do you have that review still? Can we see what the audience reviews are like? What are they saying? Are they saying this is the greatest thing ever, or I like
Of
this, but
course.
don't like that? Because
Yeah.
it can't
Book of
be.
Boba
I
Fett
mean,
ain't got nothing
people-
on Moon Knight.
People cannot be that asleep.
Oh man, if you love Book of Boba Fett, wait till you see this as a masterpiece. I assume that's how they talk and what they say.
I have no idea.
Book of Barely Fett.
At least that one was just laughable. It was so bad. Like
Stand Vespers.
Someone told me, and I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Culture, if it was Tom, but it was saying that this was supposed to be like all of these Disney Plus shows were supposed to be films, but that all got messed up when James Gunn was fired because he was supposed to take over the next phase with Guardians of the Galaxy. Is that
No,
what Culture?
I don't know about that. I
There
think
were-
I think a lot of things happened.
Two were definitely going to be films. The third, this one was
Supposed to be a
actually going
movie.
to be. Yeah, this was supposed to be a film. It was supposed to be part of the cosmic, and I forget the other name of it. But yeah, it was supposed to be the James Gunn leadership project. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say all this changed after the Solo movie, but it was like, oh wait, wrong franchise.
No.
by the way,
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
man.
Moon Knight, but it just goes to further prove my point that Disney has an excellent sand guy. Because everything they've been making is always in some desert. There's sand somewhere. Like I'm telling you, man. They,
Oh my
they
God,
must have
you're
got it, like, in
right.
bulk.
I completely forgot about the fact that, you know, with Star Wars, everything's on a fucking desert planet. Now we're in Egypt.
You want to know why?
But okay, honestly, it fucking makes sense for the show because
Yeah, of
it's
course.
Egyptian themed.
But it's easy to do. Okay, so right now, since you're shooting in a virtual studio, you know, with essentially 270 degrees of active screen.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was mainly 360.
Nah, 270, about 270.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you know, one of the stagecrafts, I can show you some pictures, but anyway, it's about 270 degrees of just screens.
Yeah, because
over the top, you have also screens. So I guess possibly.
It's funny. I was talking to my boss about this today. It's like, yeah, I know all this.
So it's all virtual production, yeah. I mean,
but they also have the wire system that they said because Disney bought 6 of those, didn't they? It's like 6 of them.
Well, the funny thing that my boss was talking about, he was like, you know what? It's like I don't believe anything anymore because of this.
No, Unreal, yeah, because remember, I mean, this was.
Did you want to read some of these, George, or just want me to hang out showing this on the screen?
Oh, I was looking out for the critics. Sorry, Tots. I was looking for the audience because the critics are shills. I was looking for the audience members.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
You are trying to talk shit. You didn't even do it right.
Yeah, just hold it up for a couple of more seconds, Stocks.
Yeah, but it's but now, yeah, I mean, you consider this when this was being pioneered by Disney and Lucasfilm. This was a Jon Favreau tech that he brought in the Unreal Engine 4 and helped them develop the beta of Unreal Engine 5 to do this type of production cycle. So all of this tech works hand in hand to create some different types of shots. With Unreal Engine 5, they're able to actually create depth of field with the camera, so the actor never has to like actually move anywhere because they can just move the background. It's
they only have one problem with the Stagecraft. I really love it because we've looked at it for the Boba film because Mexican Iron Man's working with me as a producer. The problem is we hadn't been able to solve. It's the same issue that happened once in this and a lot of in Book of Boba Fett. So you get the great train scene. You could tell that's all in the Unreal Engine, except when the actual actors are coming up on the props, the Bantha speeder bikes, whatever you want to call them. It's everything looks out of proportion. It's not going by. You see what I'm saying? Like the rate of the velocity doesn't match the speed of the train, so it starts looking phony.
Yeah, it's actually getting better.
Okay, cool. But I don't know. I guess nobody else likes it as much. Oh, there they are. Absolutely amazing. Are they high?
Oh, someone. I can't fucking read that. That's way too small.
Absolutely amazing. Can I read it? Because this is
go ahead, bro.
By all means.
Holy crap!
Okay, this person can't be real. It must be like Disney's. You know, one of those executive producers who are pushing.
They don't have an icon, so
the second comment, by the way, is dead on. Like it's really good.
Yep. I hate writing this, but Disney should not have released Moon Knight so close to putting Daredevil on Disney Plus. The acting and storytelling is top notch. Well, okay, acting, storytelling is shit. Okay, it's top notch, but it feels like watching WWE after you watch MMA. Yep, I agree with that. The action doesn't hold up. I know Disney's trying to thread the needle with this stuff, but they should shy away from the street level stuff if they can only do a pale comparison to what was done on Netflix. Perfect.
Is Moon Knight street level?
Yeah, he's supposed to be.
He's supposed to be street level.
Yeah, this is okay, man. This is Marvel's Batman.
Now they've turned him into
some other kind of fucking mental case. Yeah, I know. Fucking hate it.
He was Marvel's culture's right. Yeah, culture's right. He originally was supposed to be Batman, not be this superpowered god kind of avatar or whatever.
I like Daniel K. Extremely boring, weak villain and dumb writing.
Yeah, but I thought we would see all of them.
I think that's accurate.
Right, but shouldn't that be all
you want to log in on screen, bro.
Yeah. The strongest the strongest Marvel show yet? Okay.
Hold on.
Disney?
That's a stan.
On Disney, I would have to say from all the Disney ones we've got so far on Disney Plus, it's I would say it's
really
Yeah, I was
the forerunner. Yeah.
Actually,
better than WandaVision.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I had to agree with Guy Scar because the bar was set so low.
Oh, okay. I thought Loki was a little...
I would say that out of all of them, it's probably the better series, but that's not saying a whole lot.
Okay, I could see it. I thought Loki was a little stronger, but until they kicked him in the balls,
I fucking hated Loki.
Until they kicked him in the balls, and then castrated him.
They fucked that character up in the first episode.
KG took the name from Fallout.
I'm reading that one now. Oh, so good.
Oh my god!
What was that?
The KG took the name from Fallout 4.
What
Fallout series?
Oh,
KG. Yeah. Oh my god! This person's.
I made an account just so I could rate this.
I doubt it. You probably have 35,000 accounts on fucking Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't understand why some people think this show is boring or subpar Marvel entry. In my opinion, Moon Knight is one of the most unique Marvel offerings in years, especially up there when I ate paste as a kid. It's right up there. Up there with
by the way,
WandaVision.
unique doesn't like equal
good,
non-boring or quality. Like
right.
You know what
well,
I mean?
I guess you could say boring is unique.
But wait,
is it though?
KG said, which I loved, well, up until its final episode. But that's a whole different review. Oh, okay. Oscar, you know what? I've never been impressed with Oscar Isaac except for in Dune. Now that I thought
he was great in Dune.
That was phenomenal, but I'm not impressed with his acting here.
I'm creating
the material. He didn't have the material in Star Wars, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, I think that's not his fault, though. You're right. That's all the writing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think if you look at the three things he's really been in, the one where the writing was really good, Dune, he was phenomenal.
Oh, he was. That's why. I said
and then these two weak, Star Wars and this.
Ex Machina, right? That was really good in that.
Yeah, he was in that. It jumped. I have to agree with Darscapio on this one. Gator Loki was the only good thing about Loki. I would say there's two. There was the guy that was that throwback, like from the comics Loki. I thought
Richard E. Grant. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. He was phenomenal. Someone told me that Oscar Isaac's his best performance, and he played Jesus of Nazareth in something, or has anyone heard of that?
I don't remember that.
I have not gone through his catalog of movies, to be honest with you.
Like, he was really good. Like, I didn't like him in the X-Men film when he played Apocalypse.
Oh, he was terrible.
Oh God! Well, they fucked the character up, and they made him. They didn't make him look like a fucking Apocalypse, dude.
No.
That's the shit that pisses me off about these films. Is that you have cosplayers that do the makeup better. You think that they could hire them to do the makeup for these actors, but no.
Like, I have no problem if they have to change things because it doesn't work cinematically as it did in the comics. However, if you're going to try to be accurate and you do a worse job than what guys do at the Comic-Con in San Diego, you're wrong.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I agree with
All I'm going to say is this. I'm going to create a Rotten Tomatoes account under the Culture Casino name. So there's an avatar there, and I will drop my nuts on all these people's foreheads.
This is interesting.
Okay.
Apparently, Oscar Isaac is cast to play Solid Snake in the Metal Gear series or movie or something. No.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Yeah.
He's cast to play Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh my
Francis
gosh,
and the
holy
Godfather.
Shit, dude. All right, so I don't know if this has to be animated. So apparently they're doing Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, where he's going to play Miguel O'Hara, which is fine if it's animated, but he's too old to be Miguel.
He is. That doesn't seem to stop him.
Yeah, they've got a trailer on there. It's animated.
Okay.
How old is Oscar Isaac?
I don't know, but they seem to be plugging him into everything.
So he's got to be in his 40s,
right?
Born in 1979.
Yeah.
See, like, is it just me or does him and whoever this chick is in Moon Knight that's married to him, like, that doesn't feel okay to me? You know what I mean? Like, normally I don't care, but like,
that's a movie trope, though, man. The older guy and the younger woman. I mean, that's nothing new.
But
that's a Greek trope too. In Greece, Jesus, half the older men are married to like 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, or like. I'm just saying, I've seen it before.
Oh,
of course,
apparently
but he
Mrs.
gets
Blue
shot.
says that Oscar Isaac was Joseph in the
That's
Nativity
what-
movie in 2005.
That's what
Wait,
it
did I
is.
see that?
Joseph. That's what I want to see. Cause
That's your producer comics. My wife.
but what I don't get is
You're doing a fantastic job, dude. It's fine.
I'm doing just fine.
if they do
You're
this
doing
bad,
fine, sir. You're doing fine.
Divide and conquer, man.
if
Yeah.
they're doing this bad with this and they're proud of it,
Right.
how piss poor is Doctor Strange going to be?
Did you not see their wheelchair? I'll tell you this. I'm watching that trailer. I'm like, I'm not interested in seeing. None of this is going to get me to go to a movie theater until I saw that wheelchair, and I'm like, oh
Professor
man, now
X?
I'm gonna have to go.
Because
That's
I'm
why I
curious
did
to
it.
see how it ties
He
in.
was in the Bourne Legacy.
You mean Professor X?
Yeah, they show his wheelchair just rolling around
It's
in
the
the
fucking,
mansion.
it's the Illuminati, dude. Are you
So
fucking
that
serious?
means, wait a minute.
It was
that
his
means
wheelchair in the mansion.
Okay.
Alright.
So that means, wait, Culture, if they're using the Illuminati, that means they're going to have Namor, right? And Reed Richards.
Yes.
So they're going to have, so they're doing No
There
Way
are
Home.
so many. There are
Yeah,
so
his
many
keys to it.
cameos in this. It is retarded.
Oh. God.
That's the thing that I'm afraid of, that they're gonna put too many people in there that's just gonna fuck it all up.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
So they're
And,
doing,
again, I think No Way Home basically sent a very poor message to Hollywood. Cameos, guys! I know what will make this movie wonderful. Cameos.
Well,
Yeah,
that was the wrong message. It's that they tied three universes together.
They always take away the wrong thing. We talk about this all the time, everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's over on Mad's channel, Midnight's Edge, wherever we happen to be. They always pull the wrong fucking lesson from why something was good and
Why?
people liked it.
The question is why?
Because they're
it's
dumb.
constant-
Because Hollywood's dumb.
How can they be that dumb when they're controlling that much IP and
Because
liquidity
all
and
you need
money?
is money. All you need is money to control IP.
Yeah, for the most part.
But
All right,
they
so
had
this is
to-
super chest of the way. Pat Steven Seagal for 2 Canadian pesos. Superior says. Spirian says, you look homeless, Culture, with that beard.
Yeah. And I was like, thanks. Tell Spirian thanks. Appreciate it.
Okay. 0 hour discussions with J.M. Cruz for 25 Filipino pesos and no comment. Thanks for hanging out, dude.
Almost like
The comment nerd for $2. Inflationary dollars. Deadpool's first real appearance, Blade 3, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Blade Trinity. Great movie, by the way.
Yeah, that was a
Did you
trash
hear
movie.
about Wesley Snipes?
Oh, on that set? Yeah, he would not. He would only be Blade and would talk to the director through like little sticky notes.
Yes.
Yeah,
No, but-
I remember hearing something about that.
Oh, it's so
But he
good.
started a new
Not
comic.
great
He's
character.
following Keanu Reeves. You know how Keanu put out.
Oh, good for him.
I'm not sure what it was, but the picture that they used was a Blade comic. So I don't know if that's just because the writer was referencing it to, Wesley Snipes and Blade, but it says actor Wesley Snipes of Blade fame is now following in the footsteps of blah, 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 and he's making his own new comic series, just like Keanu Reeves. And I was like, wow, it was just this morning I read it.
Nice. J.S. Pena for $1.99. Who wins in a fight? Comics or Grogu? Is this a height joke?
No, I think it's because you're adorable, like Grogu. That's what
I think Grogu will win because he has the Force. Yeah.
I don't know. He might force himself to death accidentally. You don't know.
Yeah. Other than that, I'd punt him like a fucking football.
He's got to wait until he gets really sleepy from using the Force.
Pun him like a football.
Butthurts and Thunder for 2 Canadian pesos. My new film, Butthurts and Thunder, will be epic.
That's got to be Fat Steven.
Is that Fat Steve Seagal?
It's got to be Fat Steven.
Yeah. Binary Bard for $10. I finally got a PS5 and borrowed the Miles Morales game from a friend. I like the Spider-Man. I like the first Spider-Man game.
Mm-hmm.
This one was still fun, but has some cringe dialogue. The fixed Peter Parker face, though.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Did anyone talk
Binary
about
Bard.
Musk? Did y'all talk at all about
Yeah,
Musk?
we did.
Yeah.
Oh, we spent a while on Musk.
Oh, I missed
Yeah,
it.
we did. We could talk about it again. It's fine.
Yeah.
Psycho Colonel Sanders for another $2. This must be another Steven Seagal account. Y'all want to buy some Psycho secret recipes? He's got his cock out.
Oh man.
We actually talked about Elon Musk quite a bit. What are your thoughts on it, George?
My thoughts on it are is I have one concern is I think that I actually talked to Culture about this earlier, and then after I had to go back to work, there was something I was thinking about is I think he did one thing wrong. I think he should have go to buy the whole thing out before the news announcing it, because think about it. There's an article that's really good that we should go over. I think I should go over on Monday in the Conservative Treehouse, and he points out, Sundance points out, how obviously it would be a brilliant move, but he's talking about the finances and how a company like Twitter, he was extrapolating his own company, the Conservative Treehouse. He was saying a company like Twitter will never be profitable, and it must be sustained by the U.S. government, basically, its infrastructure and how much money is going to it. And what they're afraid of is that Musk will expose that. And so 2 hours after that, I read the Justice Department is opening up probes into Musk and and Tesla and SpaceX and everything he's done. And I was like, okay.
It's just like the states of California, Illinois, New York. They're in tremendous amount of debt. They keep refinancing that debt. And when somebody exposes the mess that is, when you're built on confidence and you're built on social confidence in you, when that's gone, you dive. Look what happened in 2008, 2010 with the housing market. As soon as they got one whiff of it just fell like a bunch of dominoes.
That would probably happen if he bought it, and it's the reason why it would need to be turned into a for-profit company rather than. But what I mean by for-profit, I mean actually having people have to pay to use Twitter.
Yeah, would he buy this, George? Would he buy this? Spend this amount of money to pull the rug out? Because Twitter's not the only one. Right. So if you expose Twitter,
you expose
and people stop investing in it. Look at what happened in the movies. Right. We're not getting any movies because all the Star Trek films, none of them made money. All right. Nope. But they kept getting funding from China because it kept pulling the wool over their eyes. And the Chinese finally went, nope, not doing this. Right. There's no more money. Right.
What I'm concerned with is that I was going to ask everybody who knows more tech, what the article was explaining is because Sundance during the election season, he WordPress or whatever commenting system he used basically said you have 2 weeks where kicking you out of our platform.
I remember that happened too.
So he had to migrate everything to a new system, but he wanted to do it where he owned the servers, he owned everything. So he put out one time, it cost him like $140,000 to do this whole self-sustaining thing for the Conservative Treehouse. Anyway, so he was explaining it costs him $4,600 a month in order to service about 15,000 comments a day. And what he explained by that is every time somebody hits a like button, he goes, the servers don't just process one like button, they have to process it for every single person who's looking at that comment. So if 15,000 people are looking at it, that's 15,000 times. If it's 100,000, so he goes, start multiplying that out with 230 million people on Twitter. And he was breaking down all this information. This is why Twitter cannot function as a profitable vehicle. Musk is doing this for free speech and blah, blah, blah. But when he discovers the fact that behind a lot of these social media companies, it's actually the government funding them, which then means the government is actually using a private corporation to censor, and it's the censorship is not the private company, it's the government saying shut the fuck up.
Well, again, a lot of that too.
Right.
If that's the case, so go ahead, comics.
No, I was gonna say a lot of the stuff when it comes to hosting, it's not cheap, especially when you own your own stuff, because bandwidth is really what kills you.
It hurts
when you have a lot of people, a lot of traffic, and this is part of the reason why Google has their own data centers. But at the end of the day, they still fucking pay the bill for the internet, and
so
which is why they built out their own pipeline, by the way, which is
which is the reason why Google started laying dark fiber back in the early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
So they basically are probably using their own infrastructure because the bandwidth bill is always the most expensive thing about hosting.
Okay.
Trust me on that one. I know this.
No, I do. But so what
I'm not saying I speak from experience, but I am.
No. You are.
Can confirm.
So he was basically saying that the bigger Twitter grows, the more it costs. It doesn't make more money. So he was saying that's why Musk said he's not doing this to make money.
Yeah.
When he was earlier. So I'm hoping that Musk was prepared to dig in for the fight that's facing him. It's going to be similar to what they did to Trump, because within an hour of his announcement, did you hear MSNBC, CNN, all of them going, do you know Musk is a racist? He's going to bring back all these.
Well, they said Twitter
They've tried that before.
It doesn't stick. It does. That's the problem, though.
There's one difference.
Let's stay back on topic, which is the whole thing with Twitter and Twitter being a mess. But yeah, I mean, it's the guy that runs Conservatory House isn't wrong about the whole thing with when you have a bunch of users.
Okay.
And somebody clicks a button, it has to send it out to everyone who is basically, viewing it. But that's where technology like WebSockets comes in, because a lot of that stuff, that instant communication that you're seeing is being handled through WebSockets. And basically what a WebSocket is, folks, is that rather than a how the internet works is that you make a request to the web server. The web server goes, okay, this is what you're looking for, and sends it back. And it's
called call and response.
It's like it only goes through when you make an event happen, clicking on a link, etc. What a WebSocket is a open connection to the server where it basically communicates back and forth, and it doesn't have to refresh the page. So when you see like the like button, when people click on the likes and you see the likes flicking on a tweet, that's being all handled through WebSockets.
Okay. So it's not what he was saying, maybe. I mean, okay.
No, it is.
It is.
Okay.
But eventually, I mean, you can only have so many sockets, open per machine.
Because
which requires you to have more machines.
Oh, because he was explaining, he goes, that's why most services will use like Discus or others, because they'll push ads in order to defray their costs. Because he goes, a person can't afford this. Like if you're going to go put up your own social media, your own company, your own magazine, and you grow bigger and bigger, you don't have the cash.
Yeah.
We only have so many, you only have so many addressable locations.
Well, a server itself can only handle, and again, phrasing, so much load, right? And that load is basically the number of people making requests to it.
Yeah.
And it's the reason why you start building out clusters, because it starts routing traffic to the unavailable server or the least utilized server.
And you are stacking blades like a maniac when you're building one of these things out. It's bananas.
Okay.
Having worked for a company that hosted a lot of WordPress servers, I mean, they had a lot of WordPress servers, and it wasn't just like in our data centers; it was elsewhere.
Yeah,
I mean, WordPress had, they have them in data centers all over the fucking world.
I have to.
But yeah, like I said, eventually a web server will hit capacity, and that's where DDoS comes in.
Okay.
Right. So when websites go down because there's too much traffic going to it,
you mean
that's basically okay. Here's a really good example. 9/11. When 9/11 happened, CNN's website went down. Why?
Yeah.
Because everyone was fucking going to it. Essentially, you could say that was a DDoS attack.
No.
I mean, it wasn't. It was the fact that their servers were being overwhelmed by the number of people trying to access the website.
Yeah. You know, the requests.
Yeah. It couldn't handle the the traffic going to the machine, and basically at that point it crashes the web server.
Okay.
Let's not get started on the fact that the internet backbone is built on 25-year-old technology.
It really is.
Right.
Well,
and all they do to increase the bandwidth is just build more of the same 25-year-old technology.
Well, actually,
that's government.
You see more.
Yeah, I mean, fucking Apache is old.
Yeah, well, yeah, but everybody
that runs the majority of the web servers out there.
Runs Apache.
Isn't that from '98?
Apache?
No, it's older than that.
I remember Apache in the ISP that I was working.
Whenever Al Gore was still in office is when they.
Yeah, I run Apache on a couple of the iMacs in the house. A couple of the Macs that are still running.
Well, here's the question: do y'all think that he's got what it takes? Because I hope he does to push it through, to see it through the fight. You think he's got the fight in him?
Oh yeah, he's got the fight and he's got the wherewithal and he's got a lot of shut the fuck up money.
No,
Yeah,
he has
has
the
the
money.
money
Does he have
Yeah,
that?
I was going to say that there's a difference. The difference between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Right,
Trump
we
has the
him
thick
after both of
skin.
them. No, yeah, exactly. Trump cares what they think about him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Elon
Elon does
doesn't.
not. Yeah.
Oh,
So
well,
that's the difference
good.
between a real billionaire and a fake billionaire.
Well, Trump is not the billionaire the way Elon's a billionaire.
Well, he's not a billionaire. He's only a millionaire.
Well,
And
he-
let's get the
he-
super chats.
Yeah, he got there. Yeah, sorry.
All right. That's 70s Rock Fan for 5 Canadian pesos. Even Toxic getting a colonoscopy would be more entertaining than Moon Knight and have higher ratings.
What?
Tox gets a colonoscopy.
I'm not watching that.
J.S. Pena for another $1.99. Panel, Hut Life or Bounty Hunter Life?
I gotta be right back. I hear something at the door.
All right.
Like,
I would say bounty.
Look,
Yeah,
I think,
Bounty.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
You gotta work for that. Who wants to be a fucking slug sitting around?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Not all Hut
Are slugs? Oh, shut up. That 70s Rock Fan, yes. Toxic Man Flu made me sit through his colonoscopy, and it was very entertaining.
Some say that's the best part of me.
I love Erik so much.
I
miss
know.
that guy.
He's great. Toxic Man Flu for $5. My colonoscopy video is 10 minutes shorter than Culture Casino's outro. Fat Steven Seagal for 2 Canadian pesos. Is Culture's beard from Mr. Potato Head's set?
I don't think so.
No, I would say that it is actually from the Harry and the Hendersons movie.
That's true.
Oh shit!
He got
Cannot
the
see that now.
Hey, Guy Scar.
I'm sorry.
I started making those jokes a while back. It's great because there's some awesome memes as Culture Casino as Harry and as a koala. Yeah, they're
Koala,
fantastic.
yeah, I've seen the koala memes.
Yep. Just another red shirt for $5. Toxic Man Flu variant number 1. Painful toxic discharge.
Oh, we're starting
times
Toxic
a day,
Man
like
Flu.
clockwork.
Toxic Man Flu is getting his own
You're
super
getting
chats now.
You're getting your own super chats, big fella.
Nice.
You know, penicillin, like.
Yeah.
in the
It was a
head.
great drug. It's a great drug. Doesn't work on everybody. Some people are allergic. It's okay.
Oh, we didn't play the funny video that I linked. Okay, go ahead.
But we have other funny videos for you.
Yeah.
No,
Eric K for $2. Comics hates when Mads leaves his WebSocket around.
no.
You would think, like, I always have to sneak it into the dishwasher, you know, because like I want a fresh one sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? Like it does put like a kind of a taste to everything that's washed in there. But you get used to it though with time.
Stop it.
I have something.
I
for
make
that.
sure to
What the hell is even that?
I make sure to eat fruit.
Nice. Eat fruit.
Fruit,
Like
yeah,
Fabergé?
like pineapple, so that the
Oh,
dishes
yeah.
don't taste that
On your
bad.
pizza?
What? No, gross.
Oh, you're one of those. So
Toxic Man Flu for $5. Comic Socket can handle a Drew-sized load. Fact checkers say.
it's been fact checked.
Can
fact.
confirm.
I like the fact that you added fact checkers say. That was brilliant.
Yeah, I read those tweets. I have them printed out.
Yeah,
That's my bad.
those were good fucking tweets.
Okay.
Great.
Is everything
Jesus.
okay?
It's
George's back.
I think it's you're not gonna believe this because I'm in an HOA, but like 3 or 4 weeks ago we got this letter that there are coyotes because we're in the back, we're near a field, and I heard something hitting the door. Then I heard this, and so there's 2 coyotes outside.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I gotta go shoot them.
Did you?
Oh, did you shoot him?
No, I said I have to go shoot them because I let the dog out when I'm done here, and I can't take the dog out with 2 coyotes.
Yeah, it's never good.
No,
We
the
kick the
problem
dog
is
out.
then you're gonna have to deal. I hope they're gone because then you have to deal with. You're gonna hear gunfire, discharge.
yeah.
You're gonna have the local watch show up, the police show up, and you're gonna have to explain the whole thing.
Oh, you actually allowed to shoot coyotes where you're at?
They
Yeah,
said
bro, it's
if you're,
Texas.
they said if they come near and that endangers, family. I consider the dog family.
He's coming right for me.
Cover right for me.
They're coming right for us.
So I hope he's gone.
That's 70s Rock Fan for 5 Canadian pesos. Talk Man Flu variant number 2. Irreversible scrotum swelling.
Oh fuck, bro!
That sounds like a blessing, depending on the size prior to the swelling.
What? The actual fuck?
I use them to get around. So very similar to South Park. You can just bounce on them and go.
Very uncomfortable.
Scipio. To be fair, culture looks like God in Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Darcipio.
The Salvador Dali version, maybe, but
how could you?
I can unsee.
Oh,
that,
I'm a little
meaning that-
warped and melted. It's just
I saw a new show that
I didn't say Jackson Pollock, which is
Oh my
probably
God.
more true, but
I can only think where this was when I put the headphones on.
Oh my god, this has been a rough night over here.
Salvador Dali.
Not been a great seat.
Well, I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna draw a picture of Mickey Mouse taking a dump on your chest. that was a Family Guy joke.
It was.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is anybody gonna go see The Northman?
Oh fuck
Yes.
yeah, dude!
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude! I've been waiting for that film.
When's that coming out?
How,
The
next week?
22nd?
How the hell are people reviewing it since Tuesday? And
Sneaks. There were 3 sneaks, and depends on where you were, and plus critic access and A-listers.
No, I saw regular YouTubers, everyday people.
That's what I'm saying. There were multiple sneaks.
Oh, because I kept looking to see if there was some kind of like fan screening them up. No.
I want to go back and rewatch The Witch before it comes out, because like I remember liking it. But by the way, he said like he can't watch it anymore because like he wasn't a good enough director to do it. I remember that movie being
pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, really? Wow.
Yeah, it was fucking creepy. J.S. Pena, Comics Division. Rest in peace, Gilbert Godfrey.
That was such a sad day. I wish Tom was still here. He and I were talking about it. It's just,
where is he?
He was here. He had to run. He's editing, and his computer kept freezing because he was editing. But, it breaks my heart. I had the opportunity to see him once live in a comedy club, and I'm just telling you, he was incredible. He's so funny, and it's surprising. His humor sneaks up on you, and it's very foul. He's not exactly, he doesn't work clean.
He's foul.
Yeah,
no
dude.
filter.
I didn't know he was foul.
Yeah, he says
that dude has no fucking filter.
Yeah, there's no filter.
Yeah.
But he was so good, and for all the things people remember him for was when he was playing a character that was outside of his comedy, and he was
he was interviewed in it was that movie about comedy and cancel culture that came out a number of years ago. Fuck, I actually own it. I can't remember the name of it, but it was really good.
He's just
it was a documentary basically about comedy and what's going on in the world.
Yeah, and he's so funny, and he was very plain spoken. It's why I respect comedians so much. Is because they have the I don't give a fuck. I don't care if I'm living on the street. I'm going to tell you what I think all the time. And he had that ability to just not give a fuck about a filter, and he was really good. And I mean, and then of course, everybody remembers him for the, the voices and all the other stuff, and his original voice. My favorite performance that he did in a film was in the Adventures of Ford Fairlane, Rock and Roll Detective.
Oh my God, I can't. That was with Dice.
Yep, Andrew Dice Clay. It was so good. He was so funny. And
This is actually something I want to talk about tonight.
Yeah, he was just good. Say again.
I'm wanting to talk about this later on tonight on the Speakeasy, because I got this article that's comparing Carmichael to Louis C.K.
Yeah,
and Carmichael's the new kind of like Hannity, whatever her name is from Australia, the Clapter or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
and it's a really interesting article. But I thought it would be a good time to talk about that and where comedians are at this point.
I'm looking for, tell you what, I know we're coming up on about the time to end, so that would be a cool thing for a Speakeasy, bro. Have fun with that.
Well, I mean, if you can join, George, you can join.
Hell yeah.
Dude, we are at culture bedtime during the week right now.
Yeah, actually.
No, not you did the Sunday late.
Wait a minute. Yeah, except that was like that was like I knew that I could get up and function the next day. Right now, I have to be on top of the ball on Friday.
Are you
Yeah,
gonna do
I
another
need to
one?
try and crap out a video real quick before I go to bed, which may or may not happen at this point.
What's the video?
Oh, it's basically just covering one of these articles that is freaking out about Elon Musk.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so quick poll.
No,
Who-
Commander,
who-
it's not No Safe Spaces. Let me see if I can find it on IMDb.
Oh wow, that's a good one.
Quick poll. Who thinks Musk is going to pull it off?
You?
Yes, no, yes.
That all depends on whether they approve the purchase.
Well, no, they don't have to because he
they don't have to.
Culture Night. He could do a hostile takeover. He can just go out on the market.
Oh yeah, he could do a hostile takeover, but
He's going to pay more. Actually, he might pay less.
No, actually, yeah. Here's the thing. So here's what he could do. By the way, this is fun. Okay, so here's if I had his money right now, I'd be getting ready to sell short because the minute it goes no, I would short the shit out of Twitter.
Yeah.
Watch that thing drop like a rock.
I agree.
And then cover at the end of the day.
He
And
can
then buy
take
everything
it.
back.
I mean, I really don't know why I just didn't try the hostile takeover because his bid was higher than the evaluation.
No, wait.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's going to pay like
$54,
like $20 some odd dollars more than it's actually worth.
The valuation for the company is far less. I mean, it's just I looked at it and went, all he had to do was shut up for a week and buy to a like just make one bulk purchase order, arrange for it, make it at to get to the 50.1%, and then say I'm buying this motherfucker. But I understand why he did it this way because he has an opportunity to get it cheaper.
I would love to just see a tweet from him. Agarwal fired. That piece of shit who hates the free speech.
And
dude, that guy's a piece of shit.
I would agree with that, except
what?
I believe that the government is using Twitter as their mouthpiece to control the populace.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
And during the whole stonks thing, the SEC
we watched it,
shut it down
in real time.
They illegally shut it all down.
They did.
And nothing happened. So if you don't have an independent judiciary branch that will go after these people when they break the law.
Okay, I found it. It's called "Can We Take a Joke?" That's the movie.
Oh, which one?
Can We Take a Joke? That was the documentary I was talking about.
In talks, that must be some really good scotch. Congratulations.
Why?
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap things up here.
Because I have a speech impediment.
Sean Eastup says Chris Gore said was great, but big twist. True story
About the Northman.
The Northman, yeah, I heard
Northman.
I heard that too.
And then we have another movie coming out right after the Northman. I forgot.
Commander Ed Straker of Shadow for $2. No, you loopy brothel inmates. It's Wookiee Casino.
That's right. Thanks, Commander Ed Straker of Shadow. One of my channel members.
Sasquatch. Yeah, Casino. Yeah, he's a member on my subscribe star as well.
Great.
JS Pena for $1.99. We need a kaiju uprising.
Yes, we do. We need Kong to show up and wrestle some stuff.
Good old wrestling.
Indeed.
Disagree.
Guys, Guard, do you have any last minute thoughts about Twitter and Elon Musk?
About the twatter?
Love Guys Guard.
Honestly, that guy has all the money in the world to freaking do what he wants with it.
Yeah.
Like you said, is it going to be approved? Could he hurt it? He can do whatever he wants to it. If he doesn't get to buy it, he'll probably hurt it in another way. Yeah.
Look, the moment they start banning people, they start damaging it, which is what they look, like the guy, don't like the guy. Orange Man being banned from there, fuck them.
Yep. Of course, and especially when he was president, you don't do that to a president. I don't care you like him, don't like him. It sets up.
Yeah, I think it's a bad idea too. Captain Spire says I left Twitter last year and I'm not going back. I don't blame you.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Even if Elon buys it and fixes it,
we'll have to see. Fixing it.
I would take a wait and see attitude at that point.
I can't wait to see all the blue checks. They're like, I'm gonna leave if he does it. And then
Oh,
when it happens,
no,
they're like,
that's
good,
what was
I'm still
worse.
here.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
like
was worse. They were saying today that they will not leave. They're gonna I don't know what, fight him from within.
Well, apparently they get one Monday off a month as a day of rest. So I don't that stopped me dead reading that article.
I was
like,
thinking,
what the hell is that?
But see, I'm thinking,
it's called a perk.
Yeah, I'm thinking this. I'm thinking. He goes in there and he says, "What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do?"
Well, yeah,
And
I think it goes back to what we just talked about, the whole thing with people basically
Icon.
just have jobs
Yeah,
to have jobs. They don't actually do anything.
Yeah, with Mr. Icon there saying, you're fucking
I
fired.
think Elon comes in, buys it. The government doesn't like it. They take it over.
Can't
and
do
the
it.
government ends up running. Yeah, they can. Government ends up running Twitter. And then we
How?
actually have a free speech platform because the Second Amendment only applies to the government. So
Yeah,
if the
that's
government owns Twitter, all of this shit goes away. All of
Well,
it.
if they make
That's actually true.
the internet though, if they make it a utility though, would that not still?
But people have tried that for years.
Well, no, I'm saying
technically the backbone of the internet is a utility.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they've and that's the whole Section 230 thing where that came from.
You
Right.
can't do anything about it.
Yeah, it basically, if you think about it, it's like the phone lines.
Yeah.
The whole thing with the cables that basically run to our houses, run to these data centers, it's just like phone lines, except it's different.
Yeah. So this is how you get around it. You say, okay, we're going to enforce the utility of the internet now, which means if you utilize this, you have to allow free speech because you're utilizing a public utility.
What I was
So
saying.
fuck you.
Yeah, that's what I was
All
asking
right,
about.
Guy Scar, we're starting with you.
Oh, wow. I'm big.
Jesus, Lord,
yeah.
warning, we'd be great here.
Seriously, it was like, you're on the spot. It wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me. The more I
Dance,
know-
Canadian, dance.
If I let culture keep talking, we'll never leave. Sorry,
guys,
culture.
was my name. The Basco Scenario is my channel. I have a show called The Hangout every Wednesday at 8 p.m. And my new show that's now up to episode, I don't know what episode I'm on Fridays, which is more political with my man R36. Yeah, catch it out. Check it out. Oh my God, I should have been in bed. 8 p.m. Fridays Eastern. Thank you. Thank you for letting me jump on.
Hey, you're welcome, man. It's been a while.
God.
George, who is not paying attention.
Sorry, I turned around because I heard that stupid coyote and I was like,
You thought he was sneaking up on you?
no, I was trying to figure out which direction, which side of the. Anyway, thank you for having me on. I always love the chat. Love you guys. I just dropped a video on George the Giant Slayer about some investigative work I did, which is I have Rings of Power scripts and audition videos on there. Go check them out.
That's
and
great. It was awesome. I watched it.
See how hilarious of a job that Amazon is butchering Tolkien because their two bloody showrunners think that they are equal to the father of fantasy. Anyway, it's great to see you. I'm going to put out another video this weekend. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Georgia Giant Slayer. I'll see you on Monday.
All right.
Matt Monaghan.
Yeah.
For some reason, I let him on the stream.
Hell
instead
yeah,
of
dude.
Him
Like I had to go
looking
through
my window.
Toxic. I had to go through Toxic to get on it. Dude. He's like, oh, you have to join this entire new thing that you don't know anything about technology. Yeah, so their bespoke video next week. May do some more of the
video.
Yeah, may do another Mad Splanation Animal Kingdom where it's like
Oh, I love them, but they're not for kids. You should say
No, they're
that.
not, George. Are
They're
they?
not for
Except
kids.
kids use that and they think, oh, animal show. Like some uncle thought, hey, my nieces would like to watch an animal show, but I was an idiot thinking, well, Mads is going to be catering to kids.
So basically, it's a donkey show.
No,
No, I mean, I did talk about the rhinoceros penis for quite a bit because it's a whole thing. You got to go watch the video. Anyway, doing a speakeasy here in about 10 minutes. Whenever George is done shooting the coyotes, he'll join us. And we'll be talking about the comparison between Jared Carmichael and Louis C.K. and their comedy styles.
What happened to Louis C.K.?
That was being canceled?
Well, yeah, I mean, he whooped out his penis and started masturbating in front of people.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
But they actually consented. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
Anyway.
Just as long as it isn't.
I know, it's still kind of weird, but whatever. Toxic Man Flu.
Didn't tell.
So you can see me on Twitter, Great TMS. Yeah. Yeah. So on Monday's Yelling at Parked Cars, we're going to be joined by Max Von Priestley. So we'll hope to see you all there.
I love
we might talk about CNN Plus and how it's kind of fallen off the cliff. Don't know yet, but we'll get that lined up. And next week, we have John Trent joining us. That was actually a deal was struck while we were on stream here. So nice to have people from Bungling on to Phallus with us. Great.
Cool.
Culture Casino. Oh, shit. Were you done?
No, I was just going to keep interrupting until we got to Culture, and he only had like 30 seconds to say something.
Oh, okay. Culture
He
Casino.
usually talks on.
I had a great time tonight, and do go check out Mad talking about things on the Speakeasy, because that sounds like a lot of fun. Might go to sleep to him talking about that with George and other parties. Check out the channel. My channel is under attack. I'm going to start wearing a baseball cap and start talking about the fact that YouTube doesn't want me to grow right now. My content's being suppressed. If you're not subscribed, if you think you're subscribed, double check. I really need your help. Share out my content. I am making some different kinds of videos. I'm asking if you like them. My guess is you don't, because nobody's fucking watching them. So I need to freaking change and talk about topical stuff that everybody else is talking about, which is weird. But no, I'm just kidding. Thank you all for this amazing support I get for the 6 Minute Daily every single weekday. We'll be doing another one tomorrow. We've got the Friday pre-flight after that. Then you can go over, check out Friday Night Tights with comics and all the cool kids. And then show up in other places like, Matt Fowler's place for Foul Ball Productions, the MF or Cocktail Lounge, and of course, Ords' location for doing some gaming stuff. If you look for serious stuff, you go hang out with Matt. If you look for gaming things and funniness, you check out Ords. That's all.
Friday Night Tights, that's there.
Wait, on Sunday.
Yeah, he mentioned Friday Night Tights.
On Sunday. I said FNT. On Sunday, I'm going to be doing another Culture After Dark stream.
Oh,
really? All right. So before we hang up here, there's a couple things I want to say. I and possibly Comics, if he has time, will be on that 70Rockfan show on Monday at 4:30. Be talking some punk music. I think it's going to be great. So I want to say that there. I also have something real quick that will help Culture's show grow.
Oh my God, the cock.
So there you go. Just wanted to share that out there.
I thought that was live.
It's never going away.
I was about to say, damn, Culture, man. You've been ripping it.
Man, he recognized it immediately. It took me a second. I'm like, ooh, where is it?
Yeah, that's one of our various culture clips that we have. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight. It's been fun as always. Of course, you can catch me on FNT tomorrow. And like I said, I'm trying to get out more content, and I have a video in the works. It's probably gonna take me a couple of days before I can get over to Grant, he's getting hits this weekend, right? He's getting hits.
Yeah, he's doing the thing with the bonding of the ring.
Yeah. So that's probably the reason why nobody can get a hold of him, is because he's probably getting ready for his wedding tomorrow.
Yeah, well, he was like locking down the venue and trying, desperately to not have the lady person decide that this is a bad plan. So yeah, there's a lot.
I thought you were supposed to do that all months ahead of time.
Well,
he's locked down.
He's in Australia. It's backwards.
Yeah, I mean,
everything's backwards in Australia. But I need to get the super chat out of the way before we get out of here. Fat Stevens to go for 2 Canadian pesos. Twitter headquarters will be the new B&B for Twisted Scrotums.
Yeah. Actually, if Elon ends up owning it, you are not wrong.
Why does he have a twisted scrotum?
No, but he wants to give it to the homeless folks.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I just want
to know the ending you're going to do, Comics? You good?
What's that?
You know the ending you're going to do? You're all good?
Yeah, I'm all good. I just want to say thanks again, everybody. I truly appreciate it. Like I said, we're trying to get more stuff out there because I want the channel to start growing, which is the reason why I hired Toxic Manflu. He's been keeping me very busy, and we have a lot of good ideas that we've been tossing around. So look forward to more fun and entertaining content. Tox, is there anything you want to throw out there?
If you guys want to, have suggestions and things for the show, get on the Gilded. We've got places where you can suggest shows that you want to have, people and guests you want to see. You got some channels and stuff. I think we're talking to XLR7 and some other people and things like that we're trying to bring on. So I'm very excited where we're going to go, and was totally unprepared for being tossed at. So there we go. I will find something to say next week.
All right. We'll before we hit the credits, we'll end with a classic, slightly altered classic.
Koalas in the rain, koalas in the rain, no fucks given. Koalas in the rain, koalas in the rain, no fucks given.
The wife's dying in the room.
And good night, everyone. Here's some
Good
credits.
night.
Good night.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and comment. And subscribe if you're new to the channel. A huge thanks to all the Subscribe Star supporters. Without you, Comics Division would probably be crying in a corner somewhere. Well, hello there, big spenders. HMStix, Reuben Christopher Haynes, Roger the Shrubber, and Toxic Man Blue. I'm a sucker with a lot of dough. Crazy Catguy, MrGrantGregory, J.A.F.O, and David Blair. Take my money, damn it. Katina Martin, Brahmabull, Commander Ed STRAKER of Shadow, TerminusEst, Elagabalus, DariusM, Commenting is Dangerous, Salty Texas C, LDH27513, subscriber number 22F2C6C3, Gentleman Mad, J.A.F.O, Death Angel's Shadow, Dexidoodle, Mech AG94, and that 70s rock fan. I'll buy that for $1. Captain Trek, TZ Canadian, Chris from the 80s, Stand 4, John B., Colin Douglas, MrTickleTrunk, and Jenna Lyn. Thank you all for watching. You are awesome.